All right. Hello, guys. Welcome back to another CPU Ultra Street Fighter 4 bracket. This time is number 5, and we have Random Select as the, I guess, Horcrux of what we have going on today. What does that mean? Well, that basically means exactly as it sounds. I put up a poll on the Discord to see how exactly we would run it, if it would be every round or every match in general that we would have randoms. And you guys voted, and we're going to be doing random select every single game. So after the first round, then the second round, whoever wins, we will go back to character select and then re-roll for a different character every time. So how we're going to govern as to who's who, the bracket has like the first player seed like on top and then the second player on bottom. The first player on the seed will be the left side, and then the bottom seed will be the right side. And just like how normal brackets will run, it's going to be first to two up until the finals. So when it gets to like the semi finals, where it's like the final four, we'll have first to threes from there. So still single elimination bracket, just like normal, but obviously we won't be able to pick any specific characters or any additions. Random seems to be that you only just get Ultra as your addition, which is still fine, but I still would have liked it if it was just any single version of the game that was also random, but you can only get as random as you can get with this, so I guess it's fine. Yeah, so that's gonna do it. I guess we'll just get started. Right now we have right at the start, left side is gonna be Juan Ada, and the right side is gonna be Scam Likely. And of course, no, this is another one that I might think of, like maybe handicap with easy mode would be like a little thing we could do, but I don't know. That I feel like would be a little extra. I don't know, but all right. Either way. All right, first match of the night. Juan Ada left side, Scam on the right. We're gonna go back to character select after the first round, and what do we get rolling? Seth and Rufus. Okay. This is pretty decent damage characters for both, but Seth's mix with SCPs and full screens, like with fireballs, can keep Rufus out. How well he'll keep him out with the dive kicks, I don't know, but Rufus also hasn't really been involved in too many CPU brackets, so hopefully he gets the time to shine in randoms. All right, DP to start waking up, and there goes the first SCP of the night. I like the constant approach that Seth has, that you can just teleport, and I don't know if he was able to actually link that from the vacuum, but still got the conversion anyway. An EX SCP. All right, we're gonna wake up Ultra. This is actually a really good, even though this isn't full Ultra, this is enough to make it even for Seth as well, because his health is just that low. You gotta buy for first place. Absolutely, bro. Duh. I give it to the guys that deserve it. That's how you know this whole thing is rigged. Duh. Alright, but yeah, Seth is definitely in a life lead. He also has full Ultra. Just standing roundhouse every time, and that just catches Rufus trying to catch a button. Alright, second round. I feel like it's going to be kind of more of the same. Nice DP to get out of the Messiah Kick. And we're just going to do it again. Yeah, Messiah Kick is not really the right answer against someone that has like DPs like Seth like this. In a CPU bracket, Jesus Christ, every time we're just getting DP. Seth is OD for this, huh? But the CPU bracket for the Cross Tekken tournament that I won with, who did I have? It was Rufus and Brian, that's right. EX Messiah Kick was so good in Cross Tekken. But doing it in here doesn't seem like it's going to work out. Seth, as Juan Ada, is going to take the first round. And we're going to go back to character select. And hopefully, at least for Scam Likely, we get a different character. Alright, reroll time. Doesn't take too long, though, but still. This is kind of like how exactly it should go. Ooh, okay. Dawson and Hakan. Oh, man. I can't really put one over the other on this one. I'm really not gonna lie to you. I will say just by off of grapples, Hakan can just kind of one-shot if he gets close, but I feel like the CPU will not try to go in as Dawson, as he goes straight in as soon as I say something. Alright, we're gonna also just wake up and just do the oil, and off of basically 2 hits, we already are at 60% life. And we're going to get the mix up with the Yoga Catastrophe, waking up buttons, but not that much damage. Nice teleport to get out of the to the STP. That might be the only thing that might be able to save Juanita here. No, oh man, that is just so much damage. Yeah, if Scam just gets one of those, yeah, that's pretty much it. Alright, nice fireballs. Yeah, we really want to stay to the neutral game. Obviously, with Dhalsim's limbs and, of course, the fireballs, he's able to build a lot of bar from afar. And hopefully that Hakan can just run out of oil in the meantime. Tries to red focus in the middle of that block string. But now with the full screen throw, yeah, it looks like Dhalsim's actually in the driver's seat here. Okay, there's another... Oh, the slide, but it actually didn't go through all the way. Oh, and the Yoga Catastrophe gets completely whiffed. And this is also double ultra, I just noticed, for Juanita. Alright, even on life, but ultra too. And one thing about Dhalsim is that he's not really going to be a jump-in character. He'll jump towards you and teleport, so he might get out of the ultra situation here. Oh, but the command throw, again, just getting out of the Yoga Catastrophe situation. Scam tying it up 1-1 on that one. Alright, well, that's actually a really... Honestly, it really wasn't that bad of a matchup in that second round. It was actually a lot closer than it looked. Literally, it was like the next decision-making, the ultra to try to lock down Hakan, but of course, the command grab going right through that. Yeah, that was really good for Scam to kind of tie it up here. Oh yeah, my fault. I forget I have to actually update the scores too. Look at me being a professional. Oh, but Juanita gets the Rufus this time. And Scam getting Chun-Li. Okay, this is... Chun is also another one in these CPU tournaments that we don't see that much of. And this is good that we're having randoms because we get to see basically, hopefully all of the characters throughout one night kind of go up against each other in different matchups. So we can kind of like maybe like get a visual see of like maybe how you guys want to put in for new characters in the future. Yeah, last time I think I've seen Chun-Li do anything was in the first CPU bracket, and she didn't get that far. So maybe it was just a one and done. Hopefully Chun can make it work in this one. Honestly, just the legs in general is a good answer for anything going up against characters that would try to go in like Rufus. Okay, so that is double ultra. Not gonna quite kill, but I feel like the next decision will do it. And we're just gonna try to EX. Maybe that was EX, I don't know, maybe that was EX legs or something. I'm not sure. But the jab just to respond to that. And now we're on match point. Juanita can move forward. Yeah, I keep forgetting also that, but just based off range too, Chun also has really good anti-airs to go up against like dive kick as well. And she has such a good floaty jump. She can get out of situations like the Messiah kick, but the Messiah kick actually pulls through. Alright, tries to go for the, maybe the high-low mix-up off of the Messiah kick there, but now we're about even on life. Oh, is that a full-on punish? That's good reaction time. Alright. Scam with the wall jump. Good anti-air. Oh, that could have led straight into the ultra too. Oh, Scam is gonna start selling. Wait a minute, do we actually punish on that? Oh, did that kill? Oh my goodness, Scam selling. Oh no. And Scam once again not gonna move forward in the bracket. Unfortunate, but Juanita moving on, and Rufus now being switched from Scam's first pick going into the random on the second pick seems to be a good matchup against Chun-Li, just at least in the first one. So good stuff to Juanita. He's going to move on forward. And unfortunately, Scam, that is it for you, sir. Appreciate you stopping by. Appreciate you, of course, of doing what you do for your Jersey and, of course, ROR community. How do I... Oh, report. Here we go. Don't know why it didn't pop up here. All right. Next up on the bracket, we have Static Gorilla. Well, pull up the TNS shirt. Static Gorilla versus everybody. And by everybody, I mean my future wife, Kia Queen. So she's coming up next. Obviously, there's some biasism. Let's go Static. No, I'm just kidding. All right. That should update. Yeah, reset the score. There we go. All right. Very nice. Very nice. And let's pull this back up here. Oh my god. Of course. I thought Zangief was banned. Well, if in a random select situation, you can still get Zangief, and I can't really do much about it. I could try to re-roll, but if we get like 3 Zangiefs in a row, that's just really going to take up too much time. But Static with the Zangief and Abel. Honestly, I don't think we've seen Abel on this with a matchup against Zangief before. They're both Vortex characters, so this actually might be pretty even. And he also has the roll to get out of certain situations, like the EX Green Hand. Oh, but also there's another thing we have to think of is the Ultra 2, but we actually get that out of the step kick situation. But we're also giving Zangief a full Ultra as well. So this is something you gotta like really think about in this situation. Tries to punish off of like the Lariat, but of course SDP, Green Hand into another SDP. Just in case you guys forgot, Zangief is top 1 for a reason. Alright, first round going to Static. Alright, nice jump in, but oh, we actually got a full conversion with the red focus. But I feel like red focusing in that situation, you run out of bars so quickly, and you get like no damage off of Zangief too. Alright, scissor kick, but of course responding with the SDP. Red focus, just taking the full-on red focus, and Abel is just standing there. We gotta go for like an ultra or something. We have a full bar. Zangief top 1, ladies and gentlemen. It's just, that is just extremely toxic. I am so sick of Zangief. Alright, should we get a Zangief counter? We should get a Zangief counter, guys. At least for tonight. Because it's going to be random, but the amount of times that you could just get Zangief. You know what? I might pull up something. Hold on. Let's see if I can do that. Just real quick hot fix here for the stream. Let's see if I can get something. Do I just do text? I believe it's just text. Yeah. So Zangief counter, and we have 1 so far. Yeah. This is what we're doing, guys. We're just gonna put a little Zangief counter here. Where is that? I don't want to mess up anything. So 1 second. Why is it like this? What the hell? This is not looking good. All right. Well, I'm just gonna delete it. Let's just remove it. Let's just get it out of here. All right. Ignore that. Ignore that. That didn't really want to work as best as I wanted to. Whatever. Either way, okay, that was first game for Static. Really unfortunate that we have Geef as a random character, but it can happen. It can also go the other way too. Like anyone that could get Geef, the other person can get Geef at the same time, so it's fair in some way. We also have Akuma and Poison. This is pretty much as one-sided in my opinion. I really think that Poison is just a really good character by CPU standards. She has Horekas, she has Fireballs, she has good anti-air options, and I would say if she had Ultra, I really can't remember which is it, Ultra 1 or Ultra 2. One of them is the command grab, and it's the other one that I'm thinking of that's like just the conversion one. I think that might be Ultra 2. But with Ultra 1, that is also like a command grab setup. So it could also be fine here. And also with Akuma's health, 1 second, and now he's got a full entire Ultra bar. And did she walk right into it? No, she backdashed into it. Alright, that's about even though. So all of that damage that Poison just accumulated, now it's just even on life. But every time a fireball comes out, you just get one of those situations where you just go into oh, that conversion. No, the Ultra 1 is the fireball. Okay, never mind. So that's actually the better Ultra in general. All right. My future wife now has 1 round on the board. All right, more fireball game. And yeah, this is really good. But again, all these CPUs consistently using red focus. And that was almost really beautiful from Static, actually. Got a really good, decent chunk of damage, and now about a half-life. Oh, nice conversion. There's the Rekka. Exactly what I was talking about. But that actually should kill, matter of fact. Oh, no, she's just barely got, like, 2% life. Tries a red focus on Wake Up, and if she maybe had, like, a little bit of life, that could have converted. But Static now on the next one, he will advance. All right, nice jump in. That's jumping. That was probably jumping fierce, I think. All right. Red focus through that, but of course we're going to go for another heel kick. Heel kick again. Static actually using the standing roundhouse to full effect. Oh, is she going to jump over the... Wow. Really fortunate to get past of the Raging Demon. And he won't be able to... Oh, but he does have super. We could... Oh, God. Okay. I was literally about to say we're not going to see a demon because he already whiffed using the full demon on the Ultra. But I just saw that we got the full-on super. And yeah, I'm sorry, but Static is going to move forward. That was quick, and my wife does not like that. She already just said lame. I don't know what to say. That just sucks. Poison really did... again, she's a good character in this situation, but just I don't get how Static is slipping through. But yeah, it looks like later on that's going to be Static and Danger Box here, so... Not like it's really going to matter in the grand scheme of things because it's all random, but, you know. All right, that's 2-0. Move that forward. Good stuff, Static. So you versus my wife, you are up 1-0. I hope you enjoy that one. All right, next up we have D-Guy and Xeno. Okay, so Xeno, no need for introductions when it comes to the CPU bracket, but he is a previous winner, so... It could very much well be that he wins again, but, you know, that's entirely up to how the random roll will go into effect. But D-Guy is also another Long Island representative, and he's been in these tournaments quite often. So, of course, literally just going to go down to the random select, but we'll see who we get. Ooh, okay. Gouken on Ultra 1. Now... This is a good Ultra against Vega, too. This is a good matchup, I think. And I think Vega had Ultra 1 or 2. I didn't really see. But Vega, also another character we don't see that often in the CPU bracket. Someone that has, like, incredible normals and pretty good wake-up options as well. And I feel like utilizing the wall clings, as we see here, will build up so much bar that the CPU really can't do much about. But Gouken's also very fast, so I'm not really sure how they're going to really... respond to that. And every fireball, it seems like Vega's just dodging every single one because of the wall cling. Also trying to counter on top of that. Ooh, but the red focus. And now we're going to lose Claw. And that's really unfortunate by range and damage options. All right, wall cling straight up. And jump. What was that, jumping forward? That was an ugly button. Ew. Oh, it's Ultra 2. That's a really good Ultra 2. Here we go. Oh, and that kill. Yo, and that was. Oh, no, he picked up the claw. Okay. If he didn't pick up the claw before, I did not think that was going to kill. I think that does a little bit of extra damage when you actually have claw on top of that. So, good on. Who was actually second player? Xeno? Yeah. Good on Xeno for grabbing the claw at the last second. All right, that's first round going to Xeno, but Gouken's still keeping up with the neutral and staying completely still in most of these situations. But that's another thing that you see. The back throw is good for Gouken, but it seems the CPU doesn't know how to capitalize and to convert off of the back throw. So we really don't want to see that too often from D-Guy. Oh, he tried to focus out of the Ultra. Okay, that was not really a smart decision. Yo, 5 fireballs to the... Yo, chill out. That was OD. Wait a minute. Yo, with the 5 fireballs to the face... And Xeno took every single one of those. Yo, chill. All right, what an answer. Holy moly. Okay, that was great. All right. Now we're actually tied on rounds. Who's gonna honestly taking the first round in some of this situation, especially on random? You really want to try to take advantage early. Oh, we jumped in front of where the wall cling was gonna be, so we didn't get that, and actually punished it with the. I think there's a jumping strong. Nice catch on the wall cling again. But it seems like Xeno is going to be in full control of this round. Yeah, now barring any chip. We literally have to get a perfect from here. We do also have Ultra 1, but we're in the middle of the animation for this for the EX Fireball. And the Ultra on whiff is going to do it. Xeno taking the first round. That was good stuff. Sorry, guys. I'm just... I'm literally locked in when these things start. That's my fault because I keep forgetting to bring up the chat. My fault. So I see Danger Box, Ontarioso, and Neos in the chat. What's up, guys? Move the mic close. This is as close as I can get, unfortunately. This is about it. What does CPU mean? CPU is the computer, so it's the... We're literally doing the computer versus computer matchup. So that's what these brackets are about. They're basically like as if they are, what's it called? Salty bets. So it's pretty much exactly like that. And what are we playing Splitgate? Good question. I'm literally too busy, unfortunately, in this whole month. I described it a little earlier, but I'm a little too focused on studying to be able to play anything. So someday, probably after June 23rd. Unfortunately, that's going to take as long as I said. But so D-Guy has Evil Ryu and he has Double Ultra. This is a little unfortunate for D-Guy because you really want to try to get Ultra 2 as a main state. Ultra 1 is still pretty good, but Double Ultra really nerfs the damage for whichever character you're using. So for utility-wise, it's good for Rose because she can do anything and still get some damage off, especially when you get Ouroboros. But you really want to get Ultra 2 for Evil Ryu because you really want to maximize damage. Not like it really needs it for D-Guy right now because he's about like 2% from life lead. Alright. EX Fireball. Now, just trying to teleport to get in on the situation, but Drill is another valuable option as Rose. So even though she has Double Ultra where you really want to keep utility for Ultra 2, she still does great damage, and especially with her reversal options with the Drill, she can really pretty much outpace Evil Ryu in this situation. And as we see here too, it's constant with the fireball pressure, but Drills anytime that Ryu gets close, but there's the response for the uppercut. Okay, and unfortunate use of meter, and he's gonna teleport through the Ultra 1 red focus, but no crumple. Doesn't matter, we're both even on life and even on meter going into the next round. But we're still one away from Xeno to move forward. I feel like if Evil Ryu is able to get the Ultra 2 and actually land it, he has a much better position to capitalize than Rose if she was to get the Ultra. So wow, the soul throw through the Tatsu. Good answer on that. Alright, every time it's just another DP right into it. And here's comes the first soul satellite. Even if we get the hit, yeah, still not even gonna be close to even on life. But we're just teleporting out of every single drill. Standing, oh man, standing roundhouse every time, trying to get past that. Good jump in with the uppercut. Another drill. Again, these teleports are in perfect spacing, but not in time for that. And I feel, oh, that's not going to convert. That's a little too far. Yeah, okay, so now we actually have a chance here. Xeno could tie it up. Oh, wait a minute. No, Xeno's actually the one in the lead, rather. Oh, but nice anti-air. Okay. Too overzealous with the jump-ins. Ready for the Dragon Punch there. And now we're actually even on the games here. So Xeno and D-Guy will have to reroll once more to see who will advance. Yeah, that really could have been in anyone's favor. Like, both of those characters are really good in their respective arts, and the drills constantly being an oppressive button to go on reversals. And this is, ooh, I don't know. Oh, I don't know about this one. DJ is literally the character that has played the least in these tournaments because no one's picked him in the entire CPU bracket. So this is probably like our first time that we're ever seeing the CPU like take advantage of DJ's movements. Wow, and good response to go for the machine gun blow over the turn punch. Okay, both of these guys are going to play turtle the entire time because these both have constant pressure when it comes to like both charge moves and with Balrog also having turnaround punch. Nice backdash, but the focus to try to get out of the turnaround punch and the red focus, but no punish, no follow-up. All right, yep, a lot. Just keep on doing those. It seems to be working. Oh, but that was a really good turnaround punch. One more of those, and that's it. We might actually chip. We do. D-Guy taking the first round. I feel like the reversal, and this is another thing I didn't mention. Ultra with double for both. I feel like just by Ultra standards, I think that Balrog has the advantage, only because he has a reversal option. I feel like DJs are both like hit confirms, or just something that you have to do off of just to whiff it. And I feel like both of his Ultras are just basically the exact same utility. Okay, yeah, Xeno is definitely in the driver's seat now. Yeah, all right, D-Guy's trying to spend as much resources as he has, but that's not going to do anything since he only has, like, one more round to play with, and Xeno actually going into this in a better position with almost 2 bars at the start of the round. All right, one of these guys is going to move forward. Is it going to be a previous winner, or will D-Guy with the DJ will move forward? All right, we haven't really seen, yeah, that much air slashes. Not that much neutral coming in from DJ. All right, yeah, also a lot of good normals to try to fish out for Balrog's buttons, too. Just by neutral standards, I think that DJ... Oh, and the reversal into the other Ultra. And this is full damage, too. Even with double Ultra, every single one of those hits is really devastating. All right, machine gun upper. Nice slide to go off against the turnaround punch. Also, that chip out, too, with the machine gun upper. Oh, my God, the turnaround... Wait a minute, we're almost close. Oh my God! Xeno moving forward with the... Oh my God! With the dirty bull off of the reaction. Oh my God, that shit doesn't kill except in a situation where they have one little itty bitty bit of life. Oh my God, we don't see that ever. And that was the match of the night. I don't care what happens after that. They were both on literally next hit was going to win. And what sealed the deal was fucking Dirty Bull. Yo, Dirty Bull. Oh, Xeno advancing 2-1 over D-Guy. Congrats on that win. Moving forward, that was just OD. I love that. That was so sick. Man, that really... D-Guy really had that. That was, like, honestly, the oppressiveness of using the machine gun upper as chip when you use the EX version is so strong, as you can see. But one turnaround punch that led into the death, basically right after utilizing the Ultra 2, that was it. I think he was on the, because you could charge turnaround punch for a good long time and have it build more damage. So I think that was like the second variant of like the turnaround punch. I'm not too sure, but still, either way, oy, what a match. I really like that one. All right. Next up, we have that Bushin player, which he also has his own channel dedicated to Ultra Omega mode for the most part. He has, you know, a lot of vids on his channel, so if you guys want to check it out, he has posted some in the Discord, so you can check that out. So it's that Bushin player going up against Lord Pink. And last time Lord Pink was up here too, he ran with the Omega version for Gen. And apparently that character has an infinite, but we didn't get a chance to see that throughout the entire time, because I don't really think that the CPU knows how that really works, but apparently that's how it is. I don't know. You can take their word for it. I don't know. Either way, maybe you guys could reconsider that DJ is actually a pretty strong character. I'd love to see him in a future tournament. Okay, so now we have both of these characters basically as Ultra from this version, and these pretty much are one of the strongest characters in the entire game, especially Decapre. Decapre, like, just having so many options right out the gate, and she is limited to her Ultra 2, but that's not really a right word for it, since both of her Ultras are absolutely amazing. Rolento's Ultra 2 is also fantastic. It's a full screen whiff confirm. You can do that. I don't know if you can actually link it, but it's still like a half screen confirm you can do, especially as a CPU. I really feel like they're going to utilize that a lot. All right, but of course we have a lot of the pole dances and the rolls coming in for Rolento. This character just kind of does a lot, and it's kind of hard to navigate. He just has a lot of, like, just oppressive natures to, like, get through block strings. And we'll see how he kind of will react with Decapre, but we're going into a full Ultra 2, and that's a pretty good amount of damage, but we will get a full Ultra 2 on Rolento on top of that. All right, going in with the teleport into the dive kick. Wall clean to get out of that situation, but the roll actually didn't chip out. But the Rekkas will do it, and the first round is going to Lord Pink. All right, yeah, I'm not really sure, like, as far as, like, matchup-wise, if this is really good for Rolento. I feel like as far as, like, someone that's trying to, like, go in more, like, maybe, like, a Fei Long, or maybe, like, even, like, a grappler or something. Like, I feel like Rolento has better options to, like, kind of keep guys at bay. And he also has Rekka options on top of that. Nice neutral jump to get out of the Ultra 2. Maybe in this particular situation where Decapre has those teleports, it's probably not a good matchup for him, as we see. All right, more of the rolls, more of the Rekkas. Actually, like, just fully let it rip. And the second part of the Rekka is actually confirmed. Okay, yeah, that was a good answer. Good Ultra, and now that's going to seal the deal. It's going to tie it up 1-1. At least just based off rounds. I don't actually remember what the first Ultra looks like for... oh, yeah, it's the one where he, like, throws the grenades on the floor and stuff. Yeah, I remember. Alright, good counter hit and actually confirms into it using the EX Rekka punches. The full-on life lead, almost a perfect going in for Lord Pink. But now we actually have a chance using the EX rolls to get in there. And is that actually going to punish it? Is! Alright, that's a really good amount of damage too. Oh my goodness. Wait a minute. Oh, and we're going to Ultra 2 in response. Wait a minute. This might actually kill. Lord Pink might take it here. Oh, not quite. We're in chip territory, though. And we're just going to go into the crouching roundhouse. And that's going to do it. First round, Lord Pink is going to take that. Really, the response in Ultra was the answer there. And bringing him into chip territory, that was it. That really could have been Bushin's first game there. But it's okay. You know, we get a re-roll for a reason. You know, we want to make sure we get a better character going in for matchup-wise, you know. And we get another Seth going into this, but now we get Adon on top of that too. And I think I saw it was double Ultra for both. As far as like how well the matchup goes, I think because we're on double Ultra with not that much damage from them, Seth's damage from Ultras in general are just not as good as some of other characters are. I don't know why they just don't give him that much damage. I feel like they really nerfed it going into like different versions of the game. So just based off of like how many hits you need, Adon needs way less to kill Seth, and Seth needs more reads. But it seems like right now, it seems like the reads are going into Seth's favor. Yeah, again, the DP's going for the Jaguar Tooth. And almost anything is just getting stuff right now. Seth is really looking good in this random all. Damn, okay. Bushin player really needs this to try to tie it up anyway, so it's a good roll that he's getting against Adon. Yeah, Adon really wasn't getting that much started. He does have incredible normals and has decent special moves to like really kind of respond to things as far as reversals go. But when he keeps getting out-neutraled right now, it is not really looking good for him. Oh, I think that was like standing medium kick. I'm not really sure. The standing forward. Okay, I did see that Adon was trying to go for the wall cling, and he actually jumps into the Ultra 2. Wow, we're just going to jump in and just short. Okay. All right, now Adon looking pretty good, but here comes the STP. We don't have an Ultra to like wake up with this Seth, so we kind of have to keep this honest. All right, another STP. And now we're in chip territory. Bushin style could do it here. And we EX uppercut, and now we're going to tie it up here, going up against Lord Pink. Bushin style really on the, or excuse me, Bushin player looking really good on that DP situation. Now we tied it up, and now we get another reroll. All right. Last reroll for these two players. And we have, wow, full-on Ultra 2 as Rose. And we have a double Ultra for Guile. This is looking in dire straits for Lord Pink right now. Guile is still a very strong character, of course. There's nothing to scoff at as far as like what he can do. But the fact that now you're dedicated to Ultra 2 to maximize damage and the utility that you get with Rose, I don't know. This is, I'm going to put it on Bushin player here. Then again, Guile's my boy. I love Guile. Nice kick, like the jump kick. Yo, we're gonna put on the shades? Yo, chill out. We're in the freaking volcano. What are we doing? All right, first satellite of the set. And we actually anti-aired to get rid of the satellite. That's not gonna convert though, but we counter hit anyway. Wait a minute. Lord Pink is gonna seal the deal off of the counter hit fierce. When I was just saying that Bushin player was probably the favorite here, I didn't think that after putting on the shades that Lord Pink was gonna like start stomping. Now, do we establish dominance and take off the shades to show that we don't need the shades to win? For anyone wondering, the shades literally don't do anything. It's treated as a taunt. So it's not like it's like Street Fighter 3 where you get a taunt and you get something. He literally just puts on the shades. It's all cosmetic. And it looks like after that, Lord Pink is going to steal it, barring Chip. But we got the drill, and we're actually going to cancel into the focus attack. Not even red focus. And that's going to do it. Lord Pink is going to move forward 2-1 off of a matchup that I seem to think that it was like a 7-3 situation. Clearly not. Wow. All right. Lord Pink moving forward. Let's edit that match. Goodness me, that was OD. All right. 2-1. We're going to submit that result. And that's going to be Lord Pink and My Game Dragon going to show up a little bit later. Okay. All right, next match. Who do we have here? We have Oso Cool Guy. Let's bring on the Goon Squad. And we have Remora coming up to the plate. And I've said before that Remora has won a previous tournament. I think that was the one where it was all grapplers were banned, so it was Ken that he won with. So obviously Shotos are another one of the huge characters to pick in these situations too. So it's not really going to matter too much when you actually have like a random situation, but either way, he already sealed the deal for him to be in the season finale. But let's see if Oso on getting Cammy as the start with Double Ultra is going to do anything. Double Ultra Cammy is such a coin toss because you either get the CQC or you actually get a good utility Ultra. Meanwhile, Yang, I think he got Ultra 1. Yeah, he got Ultra 1. That's still a pretty good Ultra. I prefer Ultra 2 to get past Fireballs, but I guess since it's Cammy, it doesn't really matter. Also going to take a commanding life lead already right at the start. But also you have to keep in mind that it's going to be full Ultra if Yang actually gets something off. Wow, nice conversion. That's actually going to hit. Oh, CQC! Oh, wait a minute. CQC doesn't work on reversing with Ultras? Dude, that shit sucks. Are you serious? Wow, the jump in off the counter hit. Off of... Wow, okay. Okay, so that's new for me. I didn't know that CQC off of a physical hit doesn't work off of an Ultra like that. Unless, like, it just didn't start. That was the right answer, I feel. I gotta take that to lab. Like, what the fuck? Alright, well, either way, just, again, Cammy's damage is just insane off of, like, the round start here. But we get a full Ultra, and now it's about 50% life. Okay, well, here comes the CQC, actually. But again, double Ultra. This isn't going to do, like, much damage at all, though. Yeah, just kind of, like, barely did, like, what, 10% life? Not too much. But we still have a commanding life lead. Tries a reversal option with the uppercut. And now we're in Chip territory. She tries to dash in, but that's going to do it. First game going to Oso. And pretty much a commanding set, even though the Ultra 1 from the first round was devastating to Cammy. I really still don't understand how CQC really works, considering it's a counter Ultra, and it didn't go through with a physical hitting Ultra. Obviously, if it's like a Metsu Hadoken or something, CQC won't work, but that's a physical. I don't understand how that doesn't work. But either way, Oso taking the first round, and we get double Ultra on Ryu and double Ultra on Juri. I actually kind of like Ryu here. Double Ultra with Juri is kind of sorry if she goes for Ultra 2. If she goes for Ultra 1, it's more utility again. But the fact that they could do either or, and she could just do it off of reaction, I literally have... I don't know. And also Juri as a character too, she doesn't really know how to like charge her fireballs. That's another thing I've been noticing in these CPU brackets when everyone picked Juri. That she likes to just kind of just do the fireball and just completely let it rip. Reversal option though. Tries to Tatsu through that. Alright, but now we actually get into the Feng Shui. This is actually good for using the double Ultra. And yeah, just like that. That's exactly what you need. You don't want to use Ultra 2 unless it's like someone that will try to reversal option on you. Feng Shui is actually incredibly good, and even with the CPU like taking the helm for it. Alright, nice Tatsu to try to get on that, but oh, she also has that counter, but which doesn't really do anything. It's just more like a teleport. Again, more utility for a character rather than damage. Alright, try to keep it the fireball war, but Ryu is just like hitting face first with every single fireball. Oh wow, tries to use a solar plexus too. But again, the teleport situation, just getting out of that. Nice standing roundhouse as an answer. And with the sweep, alright, 1-1. We haven't seen an Ultra from Ryu yet. because we also have like Ultra 2 as an option in case for jump-ins. That's another thing that the CPU can do. But I really think they're just going to try and go for like DPs into full Ultra 1s. Alright, Fireball War. Ryu's, of course, going to win those. Alright, nice roundhouse. And not really going to convert off of that. But now here comes the reversal option. Again, this is a full double Ultra. It's not going to quite make it even, but it is going to make it closer enough. We can possibly get 2 more situations. There's one off of the uppercut, and we're going to chip out on the wake up. And that's exactly what you do even if you aren't a CPU, you wake up and try to go for the chip anyway. And that's going to do it. Unfortunately, that's going to do it for Juri and Remora. 2-0, quickly over the Cammy situation, and of course, Ryu just being a better option on top of that. So also is going to advance. I just feel like if it was just straight Feng Shui, it would have been a little bit more even. But, of course, the double Ultras are just going to matter more, I feel. But either way, also we'll have to face EMP Obama a little bit later. And shout out to Obama for helping me run the combo breaker offline CPU bracket for Ultra. That was actually incredibly fun. I did not win that one. Of course, it was T-Hawk, motherfucker. I can't stand it. But either way, that was actually a lot of fun. Shout out to Obama for getting that running as well. That was fun. Next up, Shikimori and TJ. Shiki, I think, was in one of them before, and TJ's been in a couple. Both of these guys have not really had too much strive here. They haven't really been making it to the finals, but of course, like I said, random will do anything, so we'll just find out if these guys will kind of move forward. All right. I think we have like maybe 1 or 2 more pool matches, and then we're gonna go into the next part of pools, like round 2. Okay. We have a returning Guile, but we now have Sonic Hurricane fully, so we're gonna get full damage from it. And we have Yun, I believe that was double Ultra. And again, Yun pretty much being like a top 1 character in most people's eyes, at least when it came to AE. This character is OD. Double Ultra though, I feel like he can use both. I'm not really sure as far as like which one's better against like a Guile situation. It's probably like Ultra 2. Not sure, but either way. And now there's the Sonic Hurricane, and we're gonna put on the shades as again dominance. But here we are. We get response with Ultra 2. But that's double Ultra. And again, even with double Ultra, that really isn't that bad as far as damage is concerned. But Fireballs are really going to make it even. And now another throw. Alright, red focus, and now try to go through. That's double the time that we try to focus through that. And the dive kick is going to seal the deal. First round, TJ is going to take it. That actually was a little more even than I thought. I felt like after the Ultra 2, that the Yun was going to be a little more impressive, but the Fireball War is incredibly favored for Shiki here. Constantly try to focus up through anything that Yun is doing, and as well as it is good to try to do it for normals. The Yun punishes that you just have when it comes to like the shattering of the special moves to just go through focuses. It's obviously like much better in the situation when you keep going for that as TJ. Alright, Ultra 2 to response, but that's actually gonna kill. I thought that they were gonna backdash out of the focus, but no, they actually just kind of stood planted. And now Shiki taking a round. Alright. Red focus trying to breeze through that, but of course can't really get through that. You can take up 2 hits of that, and in 8 seconds, or rather 7 seconds in Ultra, we actually get Ultra 2. And again, another Ultra 2 situation, but this is the time where it actually whiffs because they were airborne. Dude, these matches are literally going way too fast. One thing happens and I'm like still trying to recover of what actually happened, and the shoulder press to go through the fireball. TJ is gonna take the first round. It looked pretty good for Shiki there, and they literally had maybe one more fireball that probably would have killed, but it had the bar to go through the fireball, and that's going to seal the deal. First round, TJ taking that one. And Shiki sensed his presence, and unfortunately you sensed the first loss for your match tonight. And that really wasn't, that was way closer than it could have been, for sure. And another re-roll, and Feng Shui, there we go. Okay, this is exactly what I was saying. So this is double ultra for Rufus once again. And again, it's utility because you have answers for both to convert and to also do off of jump-ins. But Feng Shui for just Juri, and as much as she isn't really good for her normals and how well she is with her specials, I feel like having Ultra 1 fully as like the only thing she can do in a situation is a much better situation. Oh, wow, okay. Rufus is absolutely selling. Now, once again, double Ultra. This is not going to do as much damage as we'd like, but anything to really try to get the party started. Okay, here we go. Feng Shui. This is exactly what we need. She basically becomes a Marvel character, and the CPU really likes to be a little more oppressive when she's in this mode. But we're really not going to get anything. A complete turnaround. Shiki is going to take the round. That was really looking all Juri, and then she got the Feng Shui. And I felt like that was really going to, like, seal the deal, but more of the Messiah kicks really just kept going in. And Shiki taking the round, like, just basically stealing it. All right, tries to wake up again with the scissor kicks. I'm not really sure what the name's called, but whatever. It's her own basic version of her own DP, regardless. But now we have Feng Shui on the board, but we're going to wake up throw as a response. Okay, and we're also going to Ultra 2 as a response. And again, double Ultra is not going to do that much damage, but making Juri full screen when she has no resources, this is really looking good for Shiki to take the round here. I was just about to say, I'm saying it, but it seems like we're getting a lot of normals going in for TJ. But we're tied it up 1-1. Shiki looking good there. Rufus is like kind of one of those characters that I really feel like on paper like would do better in a CPU bracket, but too many of his reversal options keep relying on the Messiah kicks, but it seems like at least in the matchup for Juri, it was much better. All right, 1-1. We'll see who's going to be taking it moving forward. Okay. Another reroll with double Ultra as Balrog, and we have double Ultra as Guy. I'm going to put any amount on Balrog. I'm not going to lie to you. Actually, matter of fact, Guy did surprise in one of the tournaments when he kept doing a lot of reversal Tatsus, essentially. He also does pretty good damage when it comes to those like the heel kicks like that and the shoulder presses. But Balrog's explosive damage that he can get from the turnaround punches really can make things even. So, and turnaround punch actually gets through the shoulder press. All right, just about even on life, especially after that double Ultra. And we're gonna wake up option as this won't kill like how it did in the last time. But now stun is incredibly high, and now we can really take advantage. But now it seems like stun is gonna be lowered, but doesn't matter. Shiki is gonna take that first round. Yeah, obviously the stocks for Dirty Bull go up, especially when you have double Ultra. I don't think that we've seen a CPU where it was like kind of being picked for Balrog, and they didn't have a chance to just have Ultra 1. It's always kind of just been that they were rocking Ultra 2. Nice Tatsu coming in from TJ. And wake up option again, more Tatsus. Again, every single time we try to go for a turnaround punch, the Tatsu is sitting right there. Tatsu once again, every single time, Tatsu is the answer. And that's going to seal the deal 1-1 on rounds here. Next round, we'll move forward into the bracket. TJ tying it up. All right, Shiki did not look that great. We both have a bar to spend at the beginning of the round, but I don't think it's really much of a bar utility. It's more of just which specials are we going to go for. Nice anti-air. Crouching Fierce really will get rid of the situation there. And of course, Tatsu, again, really being the difference maker for TJ. Nice wake-up throw. All right, did make the bar go away for TJ, but we're gonna respond with Ultra 1 once again. And for what? Excuse me, what happened there? Can someone fucking clip that for me? What was that? Shiki, you better win that shit. Oh my god, Tatsu. Or, not Tatsu, fucking, turnaround punch. Someone please clip that. What happened? What happened? That was a full Ultra 1. He got the hit, and then it went into the full animation, but he just completely got out of it, and you just saw him doing and he did like the whole, what the fuck was that? What was that? That was a steal and robbery. Did he even like take any damage? I have to see that. I have to see that. I'm sorry. I have to see that. Please, someone do me the favor and clip it and put it into the chat. I really need to see this now. I'm gonna progress the matchup here, but what the fuck was that? I've seen a lot in my years, especially when it comes to Ultra or Street Fighter 4. I have never seen that in my entire lifetime. That has never happened. And how did that happen? I could not tell you. It didn't look like he did the full Ultra, he hit him every time, and normally it will just take you straight into the animation. But it seemed like the animation played out anyway, but Balrog fell out of it, but you couldn't see what happened because the camera was focused on Guy. So, what the fuck? Dude, what the fuck? I'm sorry, I don't really swear that much when it comes to these things because it's my own thing and whatever, but I actually, straight up, what happened? Straight up, what happened? Anyways, we're just gonna pull up here, Brian White and Chambers coming up. Real quick, just to kind of throw on the names of these guys. Chamber usually always picks Akuma and then commentates his match, but we will not have him pick Akuma this time. If he does happen to get it, that's fun. And Bry is also a previous winner using Omega Zangief, which people told him that was a bad character, and he won. So bad characters win. Big lies. So either way, all right. Let's that clip wasn't the full clip. Your PC's distracted. Well, I don't know how we'll see it, but if someone could put into the chat a little bit later, like the full thing, I'd appreciate it. We'll watch it after this next match because I do want to move the bracket along a little bit. If we could get it later, no problem. I'll try to clip it later. I'll make a mental note to go back if we can't get it. But either way, Chamber and Brian Y coming up. Dude, I'm still thinking, like, how does that actually happen? I'm like legit trying to make sense of it, and it doesn't make sense. The clip showed fine to you? Okay, I'll try to watch it after this one. All right, either way, Ken is also a winner character from a previous one that Remora won with no grapplers. So, very fine character, and of course we have Rose, again, double Ultra, and we really want to make sure that Rose utilizes her Soul Satellites. And Ken using Ultra 2, this would be good for any Fireball character, so it's possible that we could reversal options with Ultra 2. We'll see how it kind of works, but of course, Fire Uppercuts will be doing like the Brazilian Kens as we know online. Nice sweep off the reversal option, and here's the satellite. This is not going to do that much damage if we actually get the hit, but yeah, we actually took out one of the balls from it because we actually hit Rose. That looks good for Chamber, and Chamber again normally picks Akuma and just random roll to get Ken. So, you know, more of the Shoto characters just being prevalent in these situations. Rose again, another character that I feel like would go very far, but just somehow gets into these situations where she just fights a better opponent, I guess. And again, a situation where you get the fire DPs off of reversals, but she can't get anything off of the utility for Soul Satellite. Dude. Brazilian Kens go OD in these brackets, I'm telling you. That's the first round, and if you blinked, you missed it. DP, DP, DP. Let's go, Ken. That's my boy. Absolutely. Top 1 by some people's standards, for sure. All right, Chamber looking extremely dominant going up against Brian Y. Or as some of the kids on the block say, Breeny. Oh, but we actually get a Shoto in response, and that's Metsu Hadoken. This is actually a really good Ultra for this matchup, too. We're really not going to get that many jump-ins from Gouken. So the fact that we have Ultra 1 to really try to bypass the Fireball game is really good for Bry. We do have double Ultra as a response, so we could also get another Fireball Super, or Fireball Ultra, excuse me, from Cryptic Chamber. All right, nice rush punch. Yeah, this is exactly what you kind of want to see in a CPU bracket when you have fireball characters like this. You push all against the grain, and nice solar plexus to the DP here. All right, Denjin Hadouken, and actually gets a conversion with the fireball to get off the wall bounce. All right, Cryptic Chamber actually backing off after getting the EX rush punch. You can convert and do a little bit more damage after that when you get that conversion, but chose to back off, stay the fireball game. And Cryptic Chamber is actually gonna, it might be able to steal one, taking 2 games straight over Bry. Counter hit. And good slide, nice DP. Slide right into them DMs. All right, nice standing forward. And that, he jumped actually, so we're out of the fireball situation. And now this is looking extremely promising for Chamber. Oh, we actually, yo, we went for the counter, but it didn't work. But you still dodged the bullet anyway. Dude, Chamber is looking sick. Uh-oh. Wait a minute. Oh, yeah. Oh, I thought that was gonna be a sick punish. But no, we have the, we basically have the demon flip going into hit Ryu. And that was free going up for Chamber. Damn, Brian Y kicking the bucket. Cryptic Chamber moving forward after that, after the demon flip going, dude. I really thought that at least it would trade, but no, the fireball just completely went past. So unfortunate, but Bry is gonna be having to sit into the next bracket. We're gonna have to see him later, but Cryptic Chamber moving forward on a 2-0 no round situation from Bry, and he had 2 good characters. He had Ryu and he had Rose. Just Ken being in the better matchup, I guess, and so I guess is Gouken. All right. So before we move forward, let's check to see if this. I'm gonna watch it over here on a second just to make sure that the clip went through. All right. For some reason, let's put it at normal speed. All right. Looks like it's coming out. All right. Looks like it's good. All right. We'll start. We'll start from here, and we'll put you guys at theater mode. Let's take a quick look together, shall we? All right. I'm not gonna have it. I already have it muted, so we're just gonna watch. Okay, so now we're in the situation. So here's the ultra. What, dude? What the fuck happened? No, actually, straight up. No. Okay, let's take a look. Okay, let's break it down. Let's break it down. We're gonna slow it down. Let's do ×5, right? Okay, turnaround punch hits. Okay, this is punish. Right from here, this is straight punish, right? Absolutely. Full ultra. Bam, 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 bam. Okay. Okay. So, in this situation, now Balrog has recovered. Why? There he goes. He has nobody here. Was the what the? Also, did that like kick do any damage? It did. Okay, so the kick did damage. Now you can see that the combo is done. No damage. No damage off of that because he's not in the animation. Jesus Christ. Dude, fucking, this game is broken. This game is broken. Dude, what the fuck actually happened, dude? Like, that's never happened, dog. That is just... Oh my god. Thank you for the fucking, thank you for the clip. Do me a quick favor and post that into the clip section in the Discord, if you could, while I'm going through this tournament here. Because I need to share that with everybody on the planet. I need that actually studied by other people that are maybe have more knowledge than me in this game, but I straight up have never seen that in my 33 years almost of living. That is just OD. Straight up. Anyway, so we're gonna move on to the next part of the pools. So that match ended the first round. We're gonna go into let's see here. By the way, we have the Matcherino, guys. I guess now that we've finished watching that clip as a family, we have the exclamation point Matcherino available. I already put in $20 for this bracket. So First place will guarantee themselves to get that prize. If we get past $50, we will have first and second place get some money in their pocket. And then if we get over $100, we'll have first, second, and a third place guaranteed winner to then get the prize pool. So if you guys have it, if you guys would like to add to the bracket for this random stuff, go into !Matcherino, and you could put yourself in to add to the pot for these players. You guys are more than welcome to, but we still have plenty of time to add to it, and I would hope to get first and second place to get some money, because that would be nice. All right, so next up we have Charlemagne and Juanita. Charlemagne got second place. I believe it was the one where it was the Oni and Ken where Remora won. So that was like a nail biter at the end. And Juanita coming once again back up to the plate. And normally Charlemagne does like to pick the Oni situation. The last tournament he did for Omega, he had Blanca, I believe. So we'll see how he goes and what character he gets off the rank. Okay, so we get re-rolls back with DJ and we get Vega again. I think both of these guys lost their matches, so it feels like a loser's bracket match. So this is kind of fun that we actually get that. I think it was Ultra 1 that we had for Vega and Ultra 2 for DJ. I do like Ultra 2 for DJ. I don't really particularly like Ultra 1 that much for Vega in general, but if the CPU is going to react to anything, doesn't matter. They're going to still get the Ultra regardless, so this is definitely going to be based off of who's going to be getting more of their specials. And it seems like Vega, off of a almost a full 20-second round, will take it. Yeah, there's no way that that DJ comes back. Absolutely not. Yep, and just like that, Ultra 1, as I said, Ultra 1 was a difference maker. And just like that, we react off of anything and the CPU will take it. First round going up for Charlemagne. Yep, we're going to start off round start into the roll. And the CPU actually tries to focus through like the block string for the rolls there. Yeah, in this matchup, this looks terrible for DJ, but we're going to wake up Ultra. And that's not going to get, unfortunately, for Juanita, only the first part of that Ultra is cinematic. So if you miss the first part, even if you get the second hits for the machine gun upper, you won't be able to get the full damage from it. So really unfortunate. And Charlemagne is going to take that very convincingly going up against Juanita. Yeah, really tough break. That Ultra really could have like made things a little bit more even, but yeah, it didn't quite seal the deal there. I lost my thing here. Hold on a second. I need to bring that back. There we go. All right. Dude, that was just straight OD. I'm still thinking about that clip, dog. Like, Jesus. Alright, and once again, another reroll off of, winners and losers matches here, I guess. Rolento now with Ultra 1. This might actually be a bit better for Rufus here, especially if you try to counter off of the Messiah kicks. I feel like the Ultra 1 is a better response. But Ultra 2, again, more utility for Rufus. It can happen. He just really hasn't had that good matchups for him. This might be the first time we actually get something for him. And we actually are pretty close to stun. Alright, now definitely not. It seems like we're back into the situation here. Almost a full Ultra. Alright, but we're going to wake up EX Messiah Kick. Alright, gotta roll. And wow, what is... Dude, jumping jab to seal the deal? Jumping jab is... That's a button for sure. Alright, Juanita got the first round. Wow, and that's actually one of those times where you get to see the tornado actually like trade with one of the fireballs, and the knife doesn't really have that much durability, so it seems like the roll went right through that. Nice tech break. Alright. Again, another good anti-air. And there we go. Yeah, this is exactly what I was talking about. A good reversal option that you get for Rolento. And again, since it's not hindered by double ultra, you get a really good amount of chunk of damage, even if it's not fully built. All right, that's 1-1. Charlemagne wanted to steal this up early. Try not to give him another round. We do, then we're gonna have to re-roll again. Oh, wow. A really from the heavens. And another anti... Dude, the anti-air is already off round start. All right. EX Messiah kick. Got another throw back to the corner. Juanita trying to really tie this up here. We want to re-roll here. Ultras are in effect for both characters. Almost a full super bar on top of that too for... And that's going to be an anti-air. Absolutely. This probably won't kill because it's not full ultra and not all the hits actually landed. But this is pretty much all over, barring any chip. And the red focus, we're going to take on both hits. And that's going to seal the deal. Juanita is going to tie it up. Okay, okay. I'm really liking the fact that we're getting a lot of these final games here, because on randoms, you really don't know who you get. All right. Who do we get for the last match for these two? Oh, okay. Oh, wow, I'm not gonna lie, I'm not sure how this is gonna go. I mean, based off of principle and like by how many times they've been winning, Hakan has a bigger track record. But based off of wake up options, Guy has a lot of movement tools that could get him a lot like out of these situations if he actually wants to do any of them. And we also have to keep in mind this is Ultra 1 for both, so we get a full damage when we actually land these Ultras. And also in this situation, Hakan has a better wake up option since he has Ultra 1 himself, being a command grab. All right, crouching fierce, and we actually get another ultra. This is not gonna kill, but I feel like the next hit could do it. Goes for the slide and tries to chip out. Tries to slide, but Charlemagne stealing one. No punish fully from Juanita. And just like that, Charlemagne taking the first round. That really was so into Juanita's hands, and he just let it go. Really unfortunate for Juanita, but not quite out of it yet. That was only a round. Okay, wow. Red focus crumple into jab to reset. Okay, that might work on some CPUs. Red focus going through all of that. And the shoulder press, not going to do anything. Wait a minute, this is full ultra command grab. These command grabs ultras are insanely strong. It's probably going to be next hit. Yeah, next hit's going to do it. And this is full screen. What do? We get the slide in, and there's a repeat situation, but Charlemagne not going to take it this time. Tatsu not going to chip again. And it seems like Juanita was ready for the punish this time. Next round, we'll take it. All right, slide right off of 99. Oil up once again, absolutely. And we're going to oil up in the face, but a red focus is going to get the crumple, but no follow-up. Shoulder press once again. Waking up with the command grab, full screen once again. Tatsu situation, we're going to grab out of that, absolutely. And we're going to wake up Ultra. We actually shoulder press into that situation. And again, this is a lot of damage going in for Ultra 1. Not going to kill, but we might need 2 more hits depending on what we get here. All right, shoulder press, putting Hakan into the corner. Ducks underneath, that could have killed. This might do it, actually. This might do it. It does! Juanita taking it over an impossible situation. Charlemagne almost stolen one. Basically, with back-to-back rounds looking near identical. But Juanita locking in and taking it over Charlemagne. Shoutouts to Charlemagne, though. That's the homie. Moving, unfortunately, into the next bracket, we'll have to see him. But yeah, that's always the homie. We'll see him, I'm sure, in the next CPU bracket, for sure. But Juanita going to be the first one to move forward into the quarterfinals. Next up, let's get this going underway, guys. We have Well-Dressed Gem. Shoutouts to Gem, another Long Island representative of the community. And of course, shoutouts to the other fellow Brandon coming up here. BKN coming up to the plate for the first time tonight. Both of these guys are homies for lives. I don't want either of these guys to lose, but I want Gem to lose. No, I'm just kidding. Oh, man. Shoutouts to the homies, straight up. These guys are the best. If y'all don't know, where are you at? You know what I'm saying? Hey. All right. Random selects. Random. Oh, shit. This is really bad for BKN. Oh, man. Okay. BKN having Ibuki with Ultra 2. A good Ultra, like, at that. But I swear, Bison's stocks in these CPU brackets keep going up every time. This character has almost everything you need. He's a charge character, he has great normals, he's got great ultras, and double ultra, still I don't really care. Both of these ultras as a CPU situation is a great option for him. The fact that he has both is good. I would prefer obviously Ultra 1, but Ultra 2 stocks are really high as well. Obviously scissor kicks, normals just like that. And the anti-air actually was really good for BKN. It seemed like it was preemptive. Doesn't matter, Ultra or not, BKN unfortunately not quite able to take that even alpha after the punish off the Ultra 2. Alright, once again, slide at the round start. Crouching short into the scissor kicks. Scissor kicks once again. And this is obviously like one of the most oppressive things you could do as... Oh, okay, I was about to say, like, that was a little bit too far. I wasn't sure if, like, all of the ultras were gonna hit. This is not really full ultra. Wasn't able to get, like, that bar fully stocked. And that's not even gonna be close to tying it up on damage here. Boogie's gonna need a lot of good guesses. Okay, well, that wasn't a good guess. Dashing into the Ultra 2 is not a good idea, guys. Alright, Gem, very convincingly, gonna take that first game all Bison. I swear, guys, the next CPU bracket, if Bison is not picked first, like one of the first few picks, you guys are actually missing out. Bison is absolutely one of the strongest characters when it comes to the CPU brackets, for sure. And you just saw it where, like, even off of a trade where, like, the Ultra 2 was stuffed by the uppercut, just doesn't get the job done when you have such great normals and specials that you could just be so oppressive as Bison. He's got to be, like, one of the quick picks for sure. Okay, hey, okay, this is actually a dream match. And by dream match, I mean, this really could just be a grand final situation in almost any other bracket, where it's Akuma off of high damage, low health, and it's Ken off of Brazilian DPs. This is a coin toss, I'm not gonna lie. If I really were to put it down, I do think Ken has better options overall. But, and we also have to take a look. Ultra 2, once again for Ken, is going to get the maximum damage, and as low health as Akuma is, even if he just gets a regular Ultra without that much bar being filled, he's gonna do more damage in the long run since of Akuma's low health. And as I say this, Ken is obliterating the health consistently, and with double ultra being completely wasted with the Raging Demon, that completely whiffed, and this was all in Gem's favor. Now match round going in for Gem to move forward. Tries to DP and then DP again, but still a good block. Nice dash back, and okay, the CPU for BKN's waking up a little bit. Good step kick to try to close the distance. Will we actually get to see a non-true block string going into a reversal option? This is not going to work, but he fireballs anyway in response. Not a situation you want to see your CPU do. And Gem actually might steal one once again here. Go Hado. And the trade, the slow fireball actually was trading with the other fireball from Akuma, and Gem convincingly, I don't even think that, yeah, another situation where one player just gets all of the rounds. And again, it wasn't even like that bad of a pick. BKN, unfortunately, just not able to get anything off. Well, just Gem just sealing it. I'm sorry. I thought that this was actually a little more even, especially in that matchup, but no, man, that's going to be Juaneda and Well-Dressed Gem going to be in the first pool of the quarterfinal. Shoutouts to the West Coast scene. Shoutouts to BKN, of course, fellow Brandon, still keeping it live, keeping it true. Love this man. I can't wait to see him again in the future. Hopefully someday soon. All right. Now we're going to get into the next match here. Next up is Danger Box coming up to the plate with the wife killer, Static Gorilla. Not really fair that we got the fucking Zangief. Let's see if the Static stocks go up. Danger Box is going to be first player. Yes, Danger Box is first player. All right, Danger Box, and now we have Static. If he gets Zangief again, I'm actually gonna be a little upset. I ain't gonna lie to you. At least the Geef pool has only just been one. Now I'm bringing his name up like the fucking boogeyman. He's gonna show up right now. Watch. Okay. Wow. The Rose and Guy stocks in the random select tournaments. These are actually like going up really high today. Guy is now, I think, the third time in a row. And I think this is the third time also that Rose has been picked. So yeah, both of these characters now really like being utilized. And once again, Guy off of the random select getting Ultra 1 and Rose getting double Ultra. I'm super unfortunate that we're not getting Just Soul Satellite, but oh, here we are. Nice drill, and now that's really being oppressive. Really want to try to keep up the momentum, but gonna wake up Ultra in response, and that's actually gonna put Guy in the life lead. Alright, here comes Soul Satellite though. Not quite getting a trade, but we do get one of the other orbs to hit. Unfortunately, not quite able to get the second one. Wow, what a jump in! But unfortunately, the Tatsu actually hitting all of them. That's gonna take the first round. Danger Box looks clean for that. Really good response to super, basically like to Soul Throw, the EX version on top of that, to catch the jump back. Just wasn't quite able to seal the deal, and not that much damage you get off of that answer. Alright, back into the neutral again. Soul Throw. And yeah, this actually might trade here. No, actually we were able to block, so that's really good for Static. But that's not really going to do it, especially when you just build that Ultra 1. This won't kill, but we're going to be put into chip territory for sure. Never mind, that just straight up killed. I thought that Rose had more life. And Danger Box, clean going in the first game. No one really does it better than Danger Box, dude. Not a one. We're really seeing it right here. Mainly, I'm just like salty that Static actually, like, you know, is 1-0 over my wife. So yeah, we really just need Danger Box to just, you know, can we just finish up and cook this man? All right. Wait a minute. This is not a run back, but we get these characters once again. Poison coming up here first, but this is, I think she had a double Ultra, and now we have Ultra 2 from Rolento. So we get to see full Ultra, and again, we get to see some utility coming in from Poison because of the Command Grab Ultra. But we're not going to get that much damage when you get that either way. But either way, I think that Poison is still a pretty decent matchup. Again, these Rekkas are much better in Poison's favor, for sure. Oh, and actually getting up, we don't really get that many stuns in the CPU bracket tonight. That's like maybe like the second time or third time that we have to stun. All right, hit confirm right into the Rekkas, and we're 2 bars on top of that going into the next round. Danger Box actually might put Static into the losers bracket. We'll see. All right, hard knockdown. Okay, the CPU wasn't biting, completely blocked all of the Rekkas here. Sometimes like the CPUs will just do it and then just try to do something off reversals, but good on Static for not pressing there. Okay, nice. Wow, actually we roll into the corner, not really a good option. Rolento is being stuck there. We have a full Ultra Bar though. This could do it. There's the Command Grab. That's gonna kill for sure. Nuts. I love that okay, I'm not gonna say what I love about that Ultra. I'm not gonna say it because this should be a G-rated stream. But if you know anything about lore, the fact that it freeze frames in that particular situation, I'm just dancing around certain subjects because, you know, not gonna. But shoutouts to Static. That is the guy that has the best shirt for TNS that no one can ever buy. But Danger Box gonna have to. I did tell him to cook him up. So sorry, Static. You went 1-1 tonight, but still good showing, especially since you're the only one that had Zangief so far. But sitting comfortably into the quarterfinals is Danger Box. And coming up next, we have Motion and Xeno. Let's reset that score and bring you guys back up here. I did see Motion in the chat for a second there. I haven't been able to bring it back up just yet, but I see you, dog. What's up? It's been a little hot minute. I'm too busy being busy, so I haven't been able to do much. All right. Bring it up here. Dancing around the pole. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. All right, anyway. Motion and Xeno coming up next. Oh, this... Oh, no. Fei Long with Ultra 2? Dog, please. I mean, this still... Yang is still one of those characters that he has pretty much everything being physical. He could counter a lot of his Rekka situations, too. But, man, Ultra 2 with fucking Fei Long. That's tragic. Still could happen, though. Double Ultra as Yang. Both of his Ultras are very strong. I do think that Ultra 1 is better in this situation, but we'll see how it kind of plays out. And that's not even gonna hit. No, yeah, a little bit too far. And now we this is good for Motion. The fact that that full Ultra was now used, we won't see it again. And yeah, just another Fireball uppercut, or Fire uppercut. Excuse me, not Fireball uppercut. All right. Going to the next round, we have a bar. Now tries to get the anti-air again with the uppercut. A tech throw. All right, good blocks on the EX chops, the chef's kiss we call it. Rekka characters are insanely strong in this game, as you've seen with Poison. Fei Long, another one where it could just straight up hit confirm into every Rekka. Nice chicken wing to get out of the Ultra 1 situation. All right, will we actually see an Ultra coming in for Fei Long? Good answer coming in for the anti-air. All right, nice dive kick. And the Rekka is actually going to take it right here. First game going up for Motion. And yeah, definitely not an Ultra in sight. We know that that Ultra is not good. Even off of like a physical character like Yang is, it's just not going to cut it. You really want to do something that actually does something off of reversals, and you can get some damage off of it. You can reversal with Ultra, but if they're too far, it's not going to work. Oh, well, as soon as I say that, we have Guy coming up once again, and we have Fei Long now with Ultra 1, but in Xeno's hands. Okay, straight up now Guy is the most used character in the CPU bracket tonight. I would not expect that, honestly.
It's the battle of the century. Fight!
Nice standing fierce, but now again more Rekkas constantly pushing through. And now we have a full-on Ultra. Now Motion gonna be put in the driver's seat. This might actually even it up, or might actually put into a life lead. Guys, that's twice. That's twice that happened. Someone clip that again, please, because this is now a second case where that's happened, where Ultra 1 was fully used. But why did... Dude, is my game broken? Like, what what is actually happening there? And that's twice where, like, the Ultra, like, fully, like, went into the animation, but we lose the round for it. All right, hard knockdown on the sweep. Tries to EX shoulder press. All right. Okay, when they're in the air off of the anti-air setup for the Ultra 1, that's when it wants to go into the full animation completely fine. But when they're completely standing still and they just get punished, that's when it doesn't work. Something's got to be wrong with my Steam copy or some shit. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. I'm sorry, but that's just straight up bad cheeks. That is ass. Xeno gonna... Hey, Fei Long has won both rounds, but not for the same person. And that was, again, Ultra 1 being used. Just not quite being able to have it. And again, dude, what the fuck is actually happening? Actually crazy. All right, anyway. Tying it up, Xeno 1-1 with Motion. And Guy again is... Dude, if... Okay, let's put it... Let's mark it here. If Ultra 1 happens once again in this round, and the character is flown out, I will put another $20 into the Matcherino. I'm putting it in right now. If it happens again. Matter of fact, if it happens again for the rest of the night for Guy. Because the fact that that's happened twice in one single night is just... is straight up diabolical. Anyway, so Rolento having both ultras here. This is not okay. Here we go. Okay, there. I was actually a little scared because that was a straight punish, and I wasn't sure if that ultra was really gonna go through or not, like to make me put money up. All right, either way, Motion looking like he's gonna move forward as long as we can keep these ultras intact. We are looking good. Dude, I don't know. There really aren't that many guy players, especially like back in the day. Like you only had like only a good certain hand few, and I'm not saying like ones that like just don't play the game or whatever. I'm talking about like top level players. Like people like did not really play. Like you went to Capcom Cup, you went and like got Evo, you like did not see like top 64 with any guy players. Like you've seen them like West Coast, I'm sure. You've seen them in some of these other brackets, but yeah, I literally do not know if anyone's ever seen that before. I really need to do some investigative journalism. Either way, as I mentioned and talk about all this in Yappin', Xeno has tied it up 1-1, and we're gonna be moving forward with one of these players in the next round. That was actually really clean, and I'm seeing like the decision making from Xeno, the rolls getting out just like that from the slide. Good situation to put themselves in. Yo, walk up standing forward. I love it. Alright, tries a Rekka in that situation. Only gets one of the Rekkas. Did not fully follow up. Good slide off of the wall jump. Alright, not much of a punish. But again, walking forward, standing forward. Alright, take no prisoners. Absolutely. But this is, again, double ultra. This is still going to be a good chunk of damage. Yeah, just a little closer to even on life. Alright, well, we don't know because it didn't actually link rather. But Motion 51 is going to take it over Xeno. I was actually a little scared that we were going to see that ultra hit and it was going to drop again. But here we are. Motion 51 advancing over Xeno. And to take a look at the bracket here. Again, exclamation point bracket if you want to take a look at where we're at. All of the winners right now, let's see. Do we actually have a new champion this time? Yes, we do. Looks like all of the previous players or that have won. T-Hawk is not in this bracket this time. Remora's out, Xeno is out, and Brian Y is out. So yeah, we will have a new champion tonight. So that's good. We get to add another player onto our season finale. So here we are. We're moving forward to the bracket with a new winner going in tonight. All right, My Game Dragon coming up here for the first time tonight. And we have him going up against Lord Pink. Shoutouts to Justin. Shoutouts to you, sir. All right. Let's see. How many... Dude, that's about like 6 times that we've had Guy tonight. Another roll. Dude, we haven't seen characters like Blanca. We haven't seen T-Hawk. We haven't seen Hugo. We haven't seen, like, all these characters. And we're getting so many rerolls. Like, the RNG tonight is at least keeping consistency by, like, characters we've seen already. So, I guess if you guys want to, like, enjoy that, I guess, you know, it's fine. But I'm actually really surprised of, like, how the RNG is going on for randoms tonight. And speaking of RNG, good thing for My Game Dragon getting Feng Shui. Although I don't think that even if they got Ultra 2, it's not really a bad situation. But to be as like oppressive as Ibuki is, you do need something that's like pretty much as fast as she can make it. Unfortunately for My Game Dragon, all of Feng Shui is going to be run out because of the cinematic. So unfortunately, kind of a waste on the Ultra. So that's a really big situation. Wow, and actually that linked for Lord Pink. Good stuff. Also, forgot to mention that Ibuki's Ultra is double, so the damage that she'll get from both of hers will be reduced. Not like it's really going to matter. As long as you get that Ultra as you had in the first round to like kind of go in response for Feng Shui, it will eat up a tremendous amount of the Feng Shui engine, for sure. Alright, still another punish for the Raw Ultra 2. All right, now that we're pretty much out of that Ultra, Feng Shui is now able to be full in effect. If we can actually get out of the corner. Oh, but yeah, we're just gonna go an EX slide right up in that. All right, Lord Pink, first game, gonna take it over My Game Dragon. And yeah, so as we continue to see Jury's potential in these CPU brackets just keep dwindling down from no matter what situation she's in. I really don't understand like why the CPU like kind of had her be this way, where it's like she can't even like hold on to the fireballs. If she was able to do that, I feel like the CPU would make a lot better decisions. But in the situation where you can't in that spot, you just constantly go for fireball wars where you're not going to win them. Well, this is another rematch, but hey, we have a raid for the night. We have Ghost SFO with the raids. Street Fighter 4 action coming in from this man constantly, and we're in there, dude, shouting out. Shout outs to all the raiders coming in. Thank you guys for tuning in to the CPU bracket. We're going on in the middle of this match, My Game Dragon against Lord Pink with Gouken and Ryu. Hope you guys enjoyed that stream. And thank you guys so much for tuning in and watching. I need to bring this back up here because I lost my stuff. And that's Ghost for following. Thank you guys. And Mr. SNK for the follow. Thank you guys. Really appreciate that. Hopefully you guys enjoy this this CPU round. If you got, I'll get into some of the CPU details after this round's over. But yeah, so we have the flip going into the hard knockdown. And this was a rematch before, and Gouken actually won this matchup. But right now, it seems like that Ryu's actually taken that to lab and now has brought it back. Good anti-air DP. And Lord actually might steal it here. And yeah, just like that. Lord Pink is going to advance and move forward over My Game Dragon. And again, not even a single round coming in from My Game Dragon. Just really unfortunate. That's the shout out to Long Island, though. Shout outs to this dude. Just Lord Pink having the better of the characters, I guess, in this one. Even though it seemed like Gouken was the better matchup last time. It seems like Ryu just kind of took it and ran with it. So that's 2-0. And yeah, for anyone that's coming in, I'll go through what this is exactly for all the raiders. Just kind of as a reminder. Just for tonight, this is the random select. So mostly I just kind of keep it with Ultra, just picking whatever character you want. In a normal bracket, you would pick the character you'd want. And then you would just like a salty bet, just kind of have it go through the entire bracket. Only a minimum of like the 44 characters or 40 characters we have in this game. Because we've had Zangief won so many of these tournaments, unfortunately Zangief is now fully banned. So you can't pick him in any more of these because he's literally just straight up too good. He's won 3 different brackets like already. So I don't want another Geef to just be in the finals. So if you guys want to be involved in the next CPU bracket, I'll have that up maybe by the end of the stream or like by tomorrow or whatever. But you know, pretty much we'll just have another one for the next month, and we do these monthly up until we'll have 8 winners from all of the tournaments that we have, and then we'll have a season finale where we'll have 3 out of 5, and then we'll have like a pop bonus for all that. So it's exactly as you guys think. It's single elimination bracket up until the season finale, and then we'll have losers bracket for the actual season finale for that. But yeah, once again, thank you guys for tuning in, and thanks for all of the raiders that came through, and hopefully you guys enjoy like just the CPU brackets in general, because I always wanted to do salty bets, and again, I really want to shout out, he is not in this bracket tonight, but I'm Too Crispy. He's the one that kind of brought me with this idea to do these for Ultra, because he does his own for like, he did one for Killer Instinct, he did one for Street Fighter Cross Tekken, he did one for Smash Ultimate, but they're basically what he calls the Fantasy League, where it's the CPU going up against CPU. So shout outs to another Long Island representative, I'm Too Crispy. If you guys want to check out his channel, it's I'm Too Crispy, exactly as it sounds, and he does these on a constant basis. So if you want to see more of that, go check his stuff out for sure. All right, coming up next, looks like it's going to be the return of Oso Cool Guy, and it's coming up EMP Obama. Obama's going to be on the left-hand side, while Cool Guy is going to be on the right. And Cool Guy came up before and taking out another tournament winner. Remora, unfortunately, wasn't able to make it work, but Cool Guy was able to pull out and put through. I need to pull my stuff back up here. Give me a second, guys. Sorry. Finally, we get some new characters. God damn. It's literally been like, we've had like Ibuki, Guy, and like all these characters like 8 times in a row. It's actually ridiculous. But finally we have some new characters for like the CPU shit. There we go. Best CPU fights are the Koryu mod. I actually don't know about that. I'd like to hear some more about that. But Elena actually getting a really good Ultra, but unfortunately in the CPU style, she doesn't really do that well. She just kind of does a lot of Rhino Horns and just keeps on getting like too active. She doesn't really have that many fast buttons when the CPU just likes to be in the hand. So I really feel like Blanca has like the better of it. And of course, Blanca also having Ultra 2 is Shout of Earth. Incredible Ultra for both of these characters. But right again, why is Rhino Horn working constantly on Blanca? It's just working. Oh wow. Wait, is Elena Elena actually won a round? Elena has always like been picked in these things and has never progressed even one round. The fact that she got around over Blanca is kind of OD. And she has almost a full super. Alright, now she has the full super. We're just gonna straight on send it, and of course we're just gonna get the full damage. There it is. Oh, that's Rainbow Edition. Ah, I see. Right. Okay, so that might be next season. I might need to figure out how to get that. That might be next season for sure. So now that you brought that idea in mind, I might bring that up. I don't know. Alright, but this is how the matchup should go. Just constantly just do EX and regular lightning, and that will stop Elena pressure constantly. The CPU, I don't really think has a way of going through that, but you're gonna stream this the Koryu CPU tournament soon. I am absolutely down to see how that goes. Absolutely here for it. All right, so we have the this is not gonna hard knockdown though. We're gonna wake up Shout of Earth, and that actually is gonna full on. No, she went past it. That completely bypassed the entire Ultra. Wait a minute, this Elena might actually win something. Wait a minute, Elena wins and the CPU. Whoa! Wait a minute, Obama? Are you serious? Chill out. Elena won? Dude, on fucking Blanca, chill out. That's unheard of on a fucking CPU. She straight up is dog cheeks. All right, well, on randoms, I guess is where you get the benefit. I don't know. All right, but Cool Guy's gonna have to lock in here. And for all the followers here, you guys are really appreciated. Thank you guys. Really wouldn't be constantly streaming and doing all this stuff without support. And if you guys want to support even further, there is a Matcherino if you guys are interested. Oh my God. Ghost, I need to, I'll post up. I need you to see this later. So I need to remind myself to, I'll post it in chat in just a second. Basically after this round, you guys need to see this. But anyway, Obama actually having Cody's huge slots for these brackets. He basically like took out a lot of the grapplers like Hugo and Hakan. So he's another really strong character in this type of situation. Sakura, not really a character that's used that often, but with double ultra, she can make some things work, especially off reversals like that. But again, double ultra being a thing, it's not going to do that much damage. And this is going to be doing a lot of damage though. Now we're probably going to be going to a neutral situation, just full-on rock throws, and picks up the knife. I love when the CPU picks the knife because I want to see them do even more work with it. But that's Obama going to take yet another round. And this is the match point for him, too.
And the battle continues. Fight!
All right, yeah, absolutely. Really want to keep establishing the neutral here. Nice step kick to try to keep him away. Criminal upper, and yeah, already off of like basically 2 real good decision makings here. Obama's already in the life lead with half health. All right, good slide, and yeah, okay, wait, goes right through the upper, but again, this isn't full damage because double ultra will nerf it. And did we press a button? We backdash, but no, we actually recover. Can we actually punish here? EX uppercut. What can we do from here? Oh my God. And unfortunately not able to get past the focus. And that's going to do it. Obama on a clean 2-0 win. Even though the first win was off of an Elena pick. If you told me that Elena was going to win any round, even in just a random select like this, I would have called you a liar. But especially off of like a win like that with Blanca. I feel like Blanca just beats that matchup so bad in a CPU setting. But here we are, Obama gonna move forward, and Obama's gonna have to face Lord Pink into the quarterfinals. So yeah, before we continue, for anyone that's just coming to chat that's from watching a Street Fighter 4 background, I do need you guys to see this has happened twice now, and I need to see if this has ever happened because, granted, I'm not necessarily a fierce competitor in the Street Fighter 4 scene. I never really went to many tournaments or anything like that for it, but I have seen enough to where I just don't understand what happened. So check out this clip, and this has happened twice now, and I just need to see like if anyone in chat has from their experience in Ultra or just Street Fighter 4 in general has ever seen that. I just need to understand. If you, whenever you get the chance, just take a look at the clip and just get back to me. Either way, moving forward is EMP Obama, as I said, and next up coming is Inception and Shikimori. So first time that Inception's coming up to the plate here. I thought I got rid of these other Inceptions on this one, but I guess not. But Shikimori coming up here. Shikimori is second player? Yeah, so he'll be on the second. Okay. Let's bring these guys back up here too. All right. Rolling the dice. So, oh my fucking god. All right. Not quite a re-roll of the exact same thing. Elena actually has Ultra 1 where she can do some damage. But I thought we were going to get some new characters through the rest of the night, but I guess we're literally re-rolling what we just saw. Let's see if Inception can actually play the matchup. Ghost, you've never seen that? Ghost, that's happened twice tonight. That I don't remember the matchup after I asked someone to clip it. I don't think they did, but that's happened twice. Literally, it's not even the fact. And first round goes to Inception. It's basically like it was a full-on punish. It was full Ultra. The entire animation went through, but when the animation went from the first hits into the kick to go into the Izuna drop, both times they just completely recover and they're just on the ground. It wasn't on Rog both times, but it was Guy being picked again, and it was another match. It was a completely different character. I don't remember who the character was, but it's happened twice tonight. I'll have to go back to find out exactly who it was on, but it was just two completely... Oh, it was Rose. Right. Yeah, I need to see that because it was just a complete whiff. It's not like they were like in the air or something, and then they fell into it. That I can kind of understand and try to pinpoint what happened. But it was a full, like, whiff punish off of, like, a focus or something. And they're just standing there, and then they just recover. I don't know what the fuck. Like, it's... Yeah. Oh, yeah, don't forget, Guy taking no damage from the EX Soul Throw. Yeah, I don't get that either. It might just be my game, dog. I might have some cheats. I ain't gonna lie. No, I'm just kidding. But actually stupid. Either way, that's how the match should have looked with Blanca and Elena. I don't know what happened that first time, but Inception is going to take that first game over Shikimori. Yeah, if it trades, it does. But yeah, but no, it's not like they traded. He just straight up, it was a clean hit. Yeah, we'll have to go back and get that clip. All right, either way, finally, another new character. We have Gen coming up for the first time tonight. But I think this is Rolento off of Ultra 2. All right. That's double Ultra on top of that. So, I don't really know. Like, Gen, the fact that he has double Ultra means he has much more options, like, as a CPU to, like, kind of do reversals. But if you just get straight up Ultra 2, like, as, like, the chip killer, I don't know. I guess we'll see, like, what style they'll be in to get that Ultra. After this game, go into settings. I got you, for sure. Yeah, I'm not really sure, like, how that... Oh, that was a good answer, but... Off of the wall cling into the roll. Just unfortunate that he mistimed it. All right, yeah, that's first game. Inception now gonna take it over Shikimori if he wins the next round. And a lot of Rolento stocks. Again, the most picked characters tonight: Rose, Guy, Rolento. Yeah, these guys pretty much have been picked the entire night, the entire time. And this is again off of random select. So, like 5 or 6 times Guy, like 4 times now. With Rolento, like also big stocks up for Rufus tonight too. if the frame rate is set to smooth or fixed. I'm pretty sure like whatever is just whatever came with the game. I think I had it as smooth, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, I'll find out. Because this game, oh, nice Ultra too. This is the Ultra that I wasn't really wanting to see from Gen, but you have to still get another hit, even as a CPU. They're still going to recover all that life. And yeah, that's even off of the chip. Inception is that Ultra 2 is just mad sorry. In the hands of a good player, sure. But in the CPU where you still are forced to get a second hit, that's just straight up a coin toss every single time. All right, Inception is going to take 2-0 off of Shikimori. Good stuff to Inception. Moving on forward. And again, shout out to Shikimori, New Jersey's finest, keeping up with his scene and having his monthlies, still being one of the higher regionals, or I guess monthlies, that's still set for Marvel specifically. Yeah, shout outs to him, of course. Yeah, so let's go into let's just check. Unfortunately, we won't have the stats for how the CPUs will be handled at the end. But yeah, let's go check real quick. It should be graphics settings, no? It is set on smooth. Okay. So maybe that is like a reason why that's happened. Who knows? If that actually is the case, then that would be really fun. The fact that that's like a thing. But oh no, we need a CPU. Well, I guess mystery solved. If it's smooth, it makes the game do weird shit on impossible combos work. Well, I guess there we go. That's something that I didn't know. So it's literally just the PC specific issue that it needs to be on fixed frame rate. So yeah, there it is. Well, let's hope that that doesn't happen again, because I feel like some of those really just got sold like after all of that basically happened. Yeah, well, either way, that was still incredibly fun to see, but now we understand and get the rules down of why that happened. Good to know. All right, coming up next, Shadow Wolf 515. Shout out to my brother being on stream and for me to basically commentate his match, being up on stage at Combo Breaker. So that's Shadow, and that's going up against Cryptic Chamber. This is also a run back from ECT that they played, not for Ultra or anything, but for Marvel. Yeah, unfortunately, for my brother, Chamber beat him. So this is the Get Back by CPU standard.
Your destiny will be determined here.
You only found that out last year by accident. Some dudes doing impossible combos. Well, thank you for finding out the problem, doing the investigative journalism. And hopefully we now won't have any more issues like that. And we have Guy, but let's see if... okay, he does have double Ultra. We'll see if that actually happens again. But hey, thanks again for the raid, Ghost. Much appreciated. You are absolutely the GOAT when it comes to content in the UK for Ultra and for Marvel on top of that too. Love to see you again. And yeah, thanks again for the raid. Really appreciate that, dog. Alright, so Guy and Poison. Again, not new characters, but I thought maybe at least like going into the main menu would reset some of the RNG here. But it seems like we're getting more stonks being picked up for Guy. The Guy counter is now officially at like 8 or 9. Alright, Ultra 1 coming in, and now Cryptic Chamber is going to take the first game. I actually did not see if it's Poison double Ultra or 1 Ultra. Okay. Very good for Poison having the full damage for Ultra 1. Even though I think the CPU does handle Ultra 2 really well, I don't think that it's better in a lot of situations here. Having Ultra 1 is just incredible, so really good roll from Chamber. We also haven't had... Oh, I was about to say, we haven't had a perfect situation. Okay, well, hey, so far off of checking everything, we're on 1-0 when it comes to that Ultra again. So yeah, it seems like that that seemed to have worked, fixing it onto the fixed situation. All right, and Chamber is gonna take the first game pretty convincingly. Yeah, as Guy, I don't really think that Guy can really do, even as a CPU, with options like just to wake up. I don't think that really has any real answers for Poison. So yeah, really tough break for Shadow Wolf. But again, we still haven't seen like characters. We still haven't like got any Hugos. We haven't had like any T-Hawks, no E Hondas. Another really high pick character. Bruh, all right. Yo, bet. Hey, what character haven't we seen? Fuck it. How about a constant top 4 character like E Honda? Another incredibly high stonk character. If you go into another CPU bracket and E Honda is not picked, I swear to God, you gotta pick E Honda. This character is actually straight, like, god tier when it comes to these tournaments. Ken, also another fantastic character. He won the no grappler tournament, so obviously big stonks to him. And he's done incredible work in tonight's tournament too. And nice light into DP, into EXDP. Brazilian Ken still manifesting true into the CPU bracket. And Chamber, yeah, I think it was Chamber that actually had Ken before, and he won with that character as well. Oh man, wow, just straight up a raw jump in. It actually worked. All right, yeah, here comes the first of the many bunt stops I'm seeing. Wow, really unfortunate that we actually have the reaction timings that the CPU has. I swear, Hana's not this bad, guys. Hana's actually really good in these tournaments, I swear. He's made top 4 so many times, just barely not being able to make it from these grappler characters. There we go. Now, this is what we want to see. Alright, fuck me. Well, this is double ultra, so this is a saving grace that it's not actually going to kill. We do have a full ultra. We got to wake up ultra or something. Okay. Honda's not bad. Please, guys. I'm not lying. Oh, man. I don't even think that Shadow even had a round. That's just straight, again, full-on cheeks for for Chamber. Moving forward into the bracket, my brother is unfortunately not going to advance. So, shout-outs to him. But Chamber moving again forward into the bracket. So now we're getting into the quarterfinals, guys. After this quarterfinals set, we'll go into the semifinals, and then everything from there is going to be 3 out of 5. So these are the last ones. These next 4 matches are going to be the last ones. Are going to be 1st to 2. So just keep that in mind. And once again, if you want to do exclamation point Matcherino, we still have the Matcherino up and available. If we get over $50, we have 20 in the pot right now. If we get another, basically another 30 bucks, we'll have 1st and 2nd place get some money in their pockets tonight. And if we somehow get over 100 bucks, we'll have a guaranteed 3rd place winner. So they'll be able to get some money in their pockets as well. So Matcherino is still open and available if you guys are interested. All right, but coming up next, we have Long Island versus Long Island. Juanita versus Gem. Juanita is another player that's gotten pretty far in these tournaments with certain picks. So no surprise to see him here. It's just, of course, the random selects that we get to see. But, you know, obviously we'll have to get stomped by Gem. And Gem, I do feel like he has the potential. He usually does, but it's all based on the rolls. Let's see what we have coming up here. Dude, another reroll of characters we've already seen tonight. I'm glad that we're seeing Guile and DJ, because these guys aren't really picked that often when the tournaments go up. I'm just glad that it's these two, not characters we've seen already, at least that often. Also, double ultra for Guile. Once again, having the utility options of having both reactionary things to have. Once again, the shades being put on. Juanita trying to establish himself as the better player. But DJ looking pretty good here, but waking up Sonic Hurricane, and almost got through, but Sonic Hurricane still being able to press on. All right. Tries to go through, but of course Sonic Boom's once again being the answer. First round going to Juanita, and that could have been Gem's game if he went on through with the instead of like having just the regular rush, we could have had EX, but oh well. That would have went through the fireball, and that probably would have killed. All right. Once again, we're not really seeing neutral coming in from DJ, and that's definitely a button for sure. Yep. See, this is the entire thing that we actually get to have as the Ultra in response as the CPU. They will reactionary do anything, including Ultra 1. All right, Juanita, unfortunately, about to say he's in chip territory, and that could have been now the first game going to Gem, but You know, sliding on through Guile. Now we have 1-to-1. We do have a bar to play with, but we'll see if Gem will actually use it. And we use it straight off, but actually hits the Sonic Boom. I really like the fact that we're using more of the slides from basically mid-screen, so you get like the last bits you can be able to recover. All right, now here comes the flashes here. Red focus. A lot of gray life is being recovered. You want to try to press on now, but now all that life is back, and we have almost a full double ultra meter. Yup, and that actually might kill. No, actually, the double ultra really off of that much. Ooh, next hit's gonna do it. The slide's a little too far, and Juanita is gonna do it off of the flash kick. Really unfortunate. It was literally came down to last particular situations for both of the first round and the last round, and Juanita is just basically stealing that home. First game, Juanita. Yeah, unfortunately, Gem gonna have to pick it up here. I don't think he really wants to lose to Juanita. I feel like he wouldn't hear the end of it if this was a real match, you know? Oh, well, hey. Gem gets the second game. Look at that. Look at that. If he already won the first game, this would already be over. This actually would straight up be over. All right, here's the question. Will Yun get around? I think that he'll get the first round. I know it's kind of a tall order, but Yun is also another fantastic character, and he could build a lot of meter. But both of these guys having double ultra, I kind of like the first round at least being for Yun. All right, maybe not anymore. All right, I should shut my mouth. Jesus Christ. You know, it'd be actually fun to see a Zangief random mirror match. That would actually be pretty fun. All right. Again, double ultra, and especially as high health character as Zangief, you're really not going to get that much. Tries to red focus through that, and am I actually... Wait a minute, am I a prophet? Uh-oh, wait a minute. One more guess. Literally chip territory... what? Am I even surprised? Am I even surprised? No, not really. The fact that Gem will now slide one right out of Juanita's feet. Just... Oh, well, whatever. This is what you get when you get Zangief. This is actually dumb, stupid, dog. At least we've only had Zangief twice. Thank God it hasn't, like, this is the character that's been, like, reused the least so far tonight. Dude, are you serious? Ultra 2 to respond, and we don't even get the punish because the second hit of Lariat was still in effect. Jesus Christ. We had a full super bar on top of that. Even if he was to somehow lose that round, he would have woke up super and it would have worked, and then Gem would have won regardless. Oh my, well, hey, 1-to-1 off of Zangief, dog. This is sad. Well, either way. All right, 1-to-1 off of the Oceania Volcanic Rim. And this is actually not that even. I think that Hakan is pretty good in this matchup. So I'm going to have to put it on Gem on this. But hey, Makoto is also one to get into a Vortex. But I don't think that she's, like, the CPU knows, like, how to convert off of, like, the EX Crumple. So even if you do get, like, things to get started off of Wake Up options, I don't think that, the CPU can really, like, get max damage from it. Alright, well, Ultra 2. And we actually reversal going into the grab from Ultra 2 from Makoto. Yeah, this is a wrap. This is a wrap. Bad break. Yeah, jumping right into, again with the roll. Yeah, this is it. We do have another Ultra, but yeah, it's not really going to matter when you wake up EX command throw. Alright, Gem. You got sold from the first game, and now you took it back from Gief. Are you going to steal it again? Off of the character pick of Hakan? Alright. Round start, we're going to oil up. EX will oil up too, so we won't have to oil up that much. Alright, Makoto trying to get something started, but constantly trying to press and now put Hakan into the corner. But every single time that you get something started, you bring, again, Hakan from full screen. But here we go with full Ultra 2. Once again, another command throw. And we're going to oil up in front of Makoto. No fear. And now we have a full Ultra bar. We might actually just wake up Ultra in response. But actually, this is going to be the next situation. What is the answer here? And we're going to reversal Ultra. All right, Gem takes it over Juanita 2-1. Smack it up. Let's listen to the slurp into the wall. Bam. Oh, I bet Gem appreciates me saying that. Absolutely. All right. Thank you, Juanita, for participating once again. But, of course, Gem stealing the games as the Prophet really thought. You know, of course, Zangief and Hakan back-to-back. So, good stuff to Gem for getting random selected of those two. But now Gem is sitting comfortably in semifinals. And now we have Danger Box going up against Motion. Well, we'll see how this goes. Hang on a second. Oh, I messed this up. Hold on. So it's Danger Box and Motion. Yeah, there you go. Danger Box first player, Motion second. I don't remember what the I don't remember like what the scores were, like which like side was getting more wins. I think first player was having like 28 or something. I always like to see like those numbers at the end, like which side actually was favored at least to win the entire thing. But just little stats I like to watch here and there. But of course, we're not getting new characters again. We're just getting re-rolls of the old ones. Danger Box taking the first of Hakan over here. And this actually might be a little more even too. Blanka has really good wake-up options with the rolls. And he has ways to get out of situations from the command throws. So double Ultra, but we also have Ultra 1 in response as Blanka. So I would prefer Blanka to have Ultra 2, but Ultra 1's still good. Ultra 1 is still fine. All right, nice slide. And also, we also have those hops. The hops actually might get out of the command grab situations too. All right, Blanka's just gonna let the oil up actually happen right in front of his face. All right, if we get a full Ultra here, this might do a lot of damage to actually like make it close, but doesn't matter. We get the FADC right into the command throw from Hakan. Danger Box is gonna take the first round there. And first time chatters too, Phoenix U, what's going on, man? Appreciate it. Appreciate everybody still watching these CPU tournaments. These are really like, honestly, like, this may be the 5th one, but the fact that it's still like a salty bet and it's fun to like just kind of talk over and just watch and just have some fun. It's one of the few like ideas that I had like going into this of like whole series, and you know, it's just fun to watch. And you get stupid situations like these, you know. All right, 1-1. Motion tied up, and that was actually really dominant. And another, we haven't really seen that many bird states and like stun states. Wow, this just the jump in. I think that jump in fierce. All right, Blanka being put in the corner. Focus, unfortunately, the red focus, and now we spent a lot of our resources here. Red focus in response, and now we're both pretty down on meter. Okay, focusing into dash up is not the answer from Motion that should be played. Triple oils in front of Blanka, who cares? Next hit's gonna do it. Counter hit. Not gonna quite chip. But we're gonna go right into the oil slip, into the command throw. Danger Box, 1 on the board against Motion. Good roll. Definitely a good roll at the start. And that looked pretty convincing. Even like with the second game, as convincing as it was. A lot of the options that the CPU is doing against Blanka just seem to work most of the time. Give me a second here. Real quick, the other followers that I forgot to mention, it was Ghost SFO from the raid. Of course, shouts to him. Mr. SNK, Latipot, and Esport Guac BLB. I think it's BLB. Yeah. Or no, that's Bib. Excuse me. But yeah, thank you guys for the follows. So again, we're re-rolling Elena as Ultra 2, and this is healing on top of that. So if Elena gets a chance to hard knockdown, she absolutely will go into a healing state. But Ibuki actually has a lot better options since she has double Ultra. Again, I think that better options for her is that she has Ultra 2. And we get to see that right there. Alright, hard knockdown. Elena might actually not have a chance to heal here. She's being pressed in the corner, and yeah. One more round going in for Danger Box, and he'll move forward. Yeah, Hakan really just loves the oil, and yeah, honestly, he doesn't like a fireball, but in response to fireball characters, especially like the EX version, it'll just go and bypass through it. So honestly, it just works. Yeah, I feel like the characters that have like the lowest win rates out of anyone that's been picked is Elena and Juri. Those two really like just straight up just never win. Wow, what a trade. That was a crucial trade. Motion really needed that. If that full ultra actually happened, Ibuki definitely would have like been in a favorable situation. So many focuses. All right, not quite killing here, but we get a slide either way. And even when you have Ultra 2 from Elena to heal, it seems as if the CPU never wants to heal or never gets a chance to heal. I don't know what the programming is for like when the CPU wants to go for it, but it never happens. And that's where you see it right there. So Dangerbox gonna take it over Motion 51, and he's gonna be going up against Well Dressed Gem in the semifinals of the bracket. Good stuff to Dangerbox. And once again, no matter what happens, and again, shout out to Motion 51, the homie for life for sure. Another real one. No matter what happens tonight, we are gonna crown a new champion. So we are gonna have someone brand new being added into our season finale for our pretty much 8-man invitational from all the winners. So yeah, we will have at least someone crowned new and someone being put into that bracket later on this year. All right, Lord Pink and EMP Obama. All right, let's get Lord Pink and Bummer. All right. Oh, whoops, I forgot to bring this back up. I always forget, like, this is, like, the last one. Wait, what the hell? LT is also, like, what the fuck? Oh, it's because this is, triple, that's why. Weird how that makes it work. All right, Lord Pink on the left and Obama on the right. Both of these guys incredibly high damage in very small amounts of time. Although it looked like it was Ultra 1 for Cammy, which is very good. The fact that you don't get CQC, and you have Ultra 2 as Akuma, that's not so good. So we'll see how well the Ultras will be playing into effect here. You want to buy Expedition 33? I want to play that fucking game. I haven't been able to buy it or play anything this, like, pretty much since Combo. So that game I really want to try. Splitgate even too, like a free game. Haven't been able to play that. Doom also came out. There's too much stuff that came out. I just haven't had any time. But it looks like EMP Obama is going to take the first round. Cammy is seeming like another high damage character that I think has only been picked like in 2 of the brackets so far. I don't know. Either way, like it seems like Cammy is another huge high beneficial character for like these CPU brackets. I'd actually be kind of surprised she doesn't get picked in the next one. All right, so nice cannon spike going up against the corner, and Akuma being put into the corner. Nice ultra, and that's gonna bring it pretty close. It's probably gonna be next hit will do it. Yeah, next hit, absolutely. Focuses through that. Nice tech. Okay, that was a crucial Tatsu into the DP. What, did we get the DP? We slide into that Lord Pink off of the decision making from the Demon Flip to link into the Tatsu again. Staying alive, and now is tied up 1-1 in this round. That was OD. Absolutely. Wow. Are you serious? Tatsu from the air, and you still were able to convert with the DP. All right, Obama really not liking that. Yeah, I'm about to say Akuma's looking really close to being stunned, and there it is. Honestly, yeah. CPU really likes to do that that back fierce, or the back roundhouse. All right, I feel like the next situation will do it. Ultra is in effect for both players. Tries to red. Oh, no! No! Lord Pink with the right read. Teleport into the anti-air with the fucking Ultra 2 to try to get that, but dashed a little bit too far with the teleport. That was the right call. And Obama, unfortunately for Pink, steals it right underneath him. First gate, jeez, right, what a nail biter. That teleport does link it to Ultra 2 if you can get that, and that was an anti-air situation that could have worked, but a little bit too far into that teleport, that's just really what cost him the game. Absolutely tragic. Okay, well, hey, we actually get a reverse situation. Makoto coming up once again, but this time, now Lord Pig is going to have his hands on Cammy. And with just Ultra 1, 2, and this is also Ultra 2 just for Makoto, both high damaging and utility-wise huge for both Makoto and Cammy. Alright, looks like Makoto doesn't really know how to handle with the, not really, the spin drive, I think it's called. I'm not really sure. I kind of forgot. Alright, so yeah. Wow, actually, the first time I've seen the CPU convert from the, what's it called? Like the crumple. Most of the time, the CPU doesn't really know how to do that. Like, it doesn't really get anything. Okay. Ultra in response, and this is a good amount of damage. Not going to quite kill. Alright, uppercut. And the cannon spike, that's going to take it. Here we go. Alright, Lord Pig looking pretty good there. Obama looks still good there. It definitely could have been like the next situation there, but you know, the jump in and the cannon spike, of course, doing way more damage. And of course, the uppercut doing incredible work here. Spiral arrow, excuse me. Just backup roundhouse. I like that. I like that we're actually backing off the fact that even we're up on life. Yeah. Oh yeah. Okay. Ultra in response. Yeah. Lord Pig is now gonna take it 1-1, and now it's gonna be literally the next game is gonna do it. So basically what this is, if you've ever seen Salty Bet, this is pretty much exactly what that is, but just on a smaller scale of just being utilized for Ultra Street Fighter 4, at least for my brackets. Yeah, your idea is basically like you put yourself in the bracket, you pick one of the 40 plus characters in the game, and then you just hope and pray that they win. That's literally all that it is. You just, hardest difficulty, the CPU, which CPU will take it this time. That's exactly how this works. So I wouldn't say it's necessarily gambling because, you know, most of the money that is put into the pot is usually my money. But I guess if you put money into the Matcherino, it is technically, I guess, something like redacted. Won't say it, but it is just mainly for fun. You know, just kind of letting the CPU just kind of work itself out and just kind of having fun with what it is. So, all right, last matchup going in for Obama and Lord Pink. And it's another fucking match that we just saw. What is happening? We haven't seen, like, dude, give me fucking, give me, Dawson again at least. Like, damn, like, all right, anyway. This is literally just another match we just saw earlier. But now with, full-on Raging Demon, and double Ultra for Ken, so. On paper, I like Akuma just because you have, just Raging Demon that you can do off of reversal. Ken does have both Ultras that is good for utility, but it's the damage. And again, even though... Oh, yep, here it is. This is exactly why. The CPU will, of course, respond every single time with that. Nice teleport to go full screen. I love the fact that we're backing off and just going back to neutral. Nice TP. Okay, that was a good anti-air. Nice read on the jump. But again, not getting quite the full set. Nice standing medium as the anti-air. That was definitely a B-Man classic. Absolutely. We're in chip territory now. Good DP. Oh. Yo. We just barely built the demon. And he has pixel life. He could have killed him with anything. But he went into the demon for the cinematic. Lord Pink is ridiculous. Love that. That's so good. All right, so Lord Pig now on match point here. Okay, really crucial that we actually canceled into the focus. We did get the crumple. All right, another DP. Brazilian Ken's going hype and live. All right, we actually get the trade because the fireball was there from the uppercut. No demon this time, and that's the seal of the deal. Last round for this matchup. We do have a full super bar going in for Lord Pink, though. This is definitely going to be a difference maker. Will we see a super going in from Lord Pink here? Yes, we are. Right out the gate, absolutely. Unfortunately, now in the deficit of meter and also on life, We really had to keep the pressure going. Okay, again, trying to keep on pressing, but every single time oh, wait a minute. What do we get? Did we jump? No, the DB actually beats it. That might seal the deal. Obama might steal this round. Nice Demon Palm. Oh, did he press? He did press. He went for the reactionary Ultra 2. And Obama stealing the round. Again, all of these thievery rounds coming in. And Obama, again, is gonna move forward. Lord Pink, good stuff tonight. Had a lot of good upset situations here. But Obama is gonna take it in this matchup. Good stuff to you, Lord Pink. I know I'm gonna see you in the next tournament for sure. Lordy, lordy, lord. Okay. Now we're coming up on the last ones for this the quarterfinals. Every match after this one is going to be first to 3. So we're going to have even more ultra action, but in a much higher stake situation. So it's going to be Inception going up against Chamber. There he is. There we go. Not rematch. Whoop. Almost did that. Obama stonks are high. The Ken DPs are high. Dude, this is exactly what we want, right? Are y'all entertained? This is happening, right? Oh man, this is great. All right, anyway. That's 3 Zangiefs. Now a slimmer of hope. A slimmer of hope for Cammy. Cammy is incredible with her damage. And she has a lot of good reversal options too. We also have Zangief as Ultra 2. So we have to be in the air to get the anti-air setups. Cammy does like to be in the air a lot though. She does have Ultra 1, which is basically the better Ultra. So this is looking pretty good, at least all things considered. Until this happened. Alright, another Lariat. Alright, good damage from the Ultra 1. Alright, still not quite in the life lead, but now we are. But here we go, one SDP is gonna do it. Red focus. And jump in, of course we have the Lariat as the response. Nothing new to see here. Zangief, once again, showing why he's banned. But you can't really do anything when it's random, so it is what it is. Alright, GG to Inception for this game. Absolutely. Cryptic Chamber's gonna have to hope for a Zangief of his own. And just like in 2 seconds, 2 Lariats will acquire for Cammy to get her Ultra. And we're still not in the life lead. We're gonna kill off of a super, aren't we? Nice tech. Okay. Alright, 2 more guesses. Well, one more. One more for Inception. That's all we needed. 2 more guesses for Cammy is what I was trying to say. And we had a super just to show that we had it. Didn't even need it. Geef, once again, showing that he's a rat bastard. Alright. Inception, 1 more game and he will advance. Okay. We haven't seen Balrog that much. It's been a little minute since we've seen Balrog. Kind of glad that we got that, but we still haven't seen most of the cast. So I'm really still surprised that we haven't had, like... whatever. Alright. Crouching Fierce. Fierce response. The turn punch. On paper, I still kind of like Blanca for, like, what he has in response. Like that. The hop suit to also get past, like, most of the rush punches. But yeah, turnaround punch. Yeah, if you do it a little bit too late, you won't be able to pass through that. And I also think that even if you hop past the CPU, I think that it still keeps its charge no matter what. This game likes to cheat, so... Inception on game point, though. Chamber really needs to lock in. Tries to anti-air with, like, I think that's just standing strong. I actually don't know what buttons, but, like, that Blanca really has, like, what they are. It's headbutt. Turnaround punch once again. Ooh, Standing Fierce almost actually connected that. Okay, this won't kill, but it won't be like the other match earlier where Dirty Bull actually killed. But we are still in chip situation, and Inception is going to be the last player going into the the semifinals. Cryptic Chamber, you've come so far and got so far, but in the end, it didn't even matter. Shout outs to you though. 2-0. There we go. Shout outs Chamber though. All right, we're in the last part of the brackets, guys. So every match from here on forward is going to be, it's going to be first to threes. Let me just check real quick. If you guys want to participate in the Matcherino, give some money to the top players tonight. We still have it open. It's still at $20. If we can get at least $50 into the Matcherino, we will have first and second place go home with a little something. But either way, if you guys are interested, exclamation point Matcherino. It is still going to be open until the end of the bracket. So if you guys have it and you guys want to, please feel free. I really appreciate that. And of course, all you guys still putting yourselves into these brackets. It's still a lot of fun to do these. And I can't wait to see what we got going up next. Just again, want to reiterate before we go into the next match here. Like I said, it's first to threes. But the next CPU tournament is going to be just a regular CPU tournament. Nothing extra. It's just going to be full-on Ultra, like how we did before. You pick your character. You tell me the Ultra variant you want. I forgot how it was. Like, I think you got to... that's what it was. You didn't pick the Ultra. Only if you, like, got to pick the editions through subs. So, yeah, that's what it was. So, if you get to... if you just pick your character, you'll have your character pick. And you'll be locked into double Ultra in Ultra version. But if you are subscribed to the Twitch channel, you will be able to... pick your edition for the character that you want, and you'll also be able to pick the Ultra that you want. So we'll go into that a little bit later once I get the rules actually set up, but just to keep you guys in mind for that next tournament, that's how it will go down. All right, semifinals. We now have, let's see. I don't have it saved here. I'm sorry. Give me just one moment. That's not how that should look. Give me just a second. Okay. It should be listed as semifinal. I don't have it here as semifinal. Huh. I don't know why that's here. Oh, here it is. Here it is. I'm sorry. Here it is. So this is... I'll just put top 8 because whatever. It's not really... that part doesn't really matter. We're in winner semifinals. There we go. Now that should be fine. There we go. I was looking at the wrong one. My fault. Okay, so first round. We have Well-Dressed Gem and Danger Box. Man, Gem is really having some good stonks up today. And Danger Box. Let's see. There we go. All right, first matchups for first to threes going in tonight. All right, who do we got? Finally, we get fucking someone that we haven't seen in a minute. I was actually begging for Dawson, but it might actually be too little too late. Cammy is coming back up to the plate, and she has been looking so strong in every single one of her matches. And this is exactly where you want Cammy to be. You want her to be full screen, but not when you want to like keep on pressing. Jumping roundhouse. Okay, that's a button. Okay. Oh, also again. Oh, wait a minute. We might actually be out. No, not quite. The teleport was a good option. I thought the teleport was actually going to be in front. So if he did, we would actually been able to get past all of the Ultra. Nice extra damage you get from the standing roundhouse. Ooh, I thought she was going to go into the crumple state for sure. Oh, and unfortunately, a whiffed focus. A little bit too far, the backdash from Cammy. And then the drill to seal the deal. Again, that was really close. Good answers and good options from both. I think Dawson just went a little bit too in. More neutral. I definitely want to see more fireballs, more standing fierces, you know, all that stuff. Or standing shorts too. Standing shorts a very good button. All right, good answer to actually get the trade off of the catastrophe. Again, double ultra really being the horcrux of Dhalsim's play here. Not that much damage. No punish on the cannon spike, and I think that's gonna do it for Danger Box. Yeah, there it is. Okay. All right, Danger Box looking pretty clean there. Yeah, Cammy stocks on this random all is really going high. We haven't seen we haven't seen Dan or Viper or yeah. Let's look at the character list real quick. The characters we haven't seen yet. We still haven't seen Oni. We haven't seen Dan. We haven't seen Dudley. We haven't seen Viper. We haven't seen Sagat. Wow, Sagat's another big one we haven't seen yet. Let's see. And El Fuerte, and that's it. Okay, so it's only like been 5 characters we haven't seen. It feels like it's been like everybody, but either way, yeah, Dan and like Sagat. Sagat's a really big one that we haven't seen. That's another like high stonks character that if you pick in a CPU bracket, you will definitely go far. Okay. And this Decapre we haven't seen in a minute. And this is also Decapre with Ultra 1. So we've seen her with Ultra 2. Now just like Yoka Catastrophe, we'll see her with some Utility Ultra. And Gen can do things if we have the right situations for the right pick of the Ultra. And since we have double, yeah, this is not really looking too bad. This might actually be a little even. Let's see. All right. Rush punches, no hit there. And good teleports, yeah. Every time, yeah, that's double where Gen tries to anti-air, but the teleport's not quite there. All right, good. Even off of the double ultra from half health, that was still really good to go up against Decapre. I don't think that she has that much life. I think she has like a little below average, if I'm not mistaken. All right, she does have full Ultra 1 in effect, so at any point, she is going to probably set up and throw it out. And rush punch, rush punch, rush punch. Seems to be the answer going up against Gen. Almost said Dan for a second. Whoops.
What will happen now? Fight!
And even off of the block too, like that's still pretty decent chip. Wow. Okay. All right. We got Gen with the answer here. Okay. Again, more of these rush punches. Dude, that roll is so fun. I actually wish I was a good Gen player. Gen is actually super sick. Too bad all I know is Balrog and Ken. All right, nice. Okay. Gen looked a little washed, like a little bit in the last bit of that first game, but looked really much in control in this one. And once again, gotta reiterate, it's a first to 3. It's not first to 2. So even if Danger Box wins this game, he still needs to win one more in order to advance. Okay, finally actually reached the teleport to anti-air. More rush punches. The chip is adding up, but we actually need to start getting these hits if we want to progress. And counter hit. Here we go, set up again. And actually, Gen unfortunately walks in. Did we actually press a button? We did. Is this gonna kill? Not quite. Not quite. Nice teleport back down. Oh wow! I actually ran into the hands again. But yeah, again, finishing it off with just a focus. Gen looking super clean in these in the last 2. I really thought that this was gonna be more in Decapre's favor at least because of this utility, but no, Gen with the answers to like every single one of the rush punches too after the first round basically were just completely blocked. So the fact that Gen was able to block in those situations really was the difference maker. All right. Potential last round for Gem. He's got to go 3 straight. Got to go 3 straight. And this is... Ultra 1 for Chun-Li against Sakura. I mean, I actually kind of like Sakura. Yeah, I kind of like Sakura here. Yeah. If this was Ultra 2, at least for like jump-ins just like that, you have at least some better options. With reactionary stuff with that Ultra, it's still good, but I don't know. I like Ultra 2 better, at least for Sakura here, but I guess if Gem needs any time to prove me wrong, we need it now, and we need 3 straight. That's a lot. That's a lot for a CPU tournament. All right, nice. And again, yeah, EX Tatsu, a really good option as wake-up options for Sakura on the CPU too. You can convert, you can get another uppercut, or you can even go into Ultra if you have it. Nice, nice knockdown. All right. Okay, there's the uppercut that we were looking for. Good, really weird anti. I think that was standing forward, but EX bird kick going real, going real Ryan LV. All right, and again, no Ultra from either. So we still haven't seen like both of them either do reactionary stuff for that. Also, another one of those things to like kind of notice. Sometimes like the legs actually go full screen if you actually just take the hit. And I don't know if you really want that as Chun-Li. I feel like you really want that more of just like force them to block and take the chip type of situation. Or even, yeah, the EX leg is also very good too. Ooh, actually almost got the full conversion there. Alright, still not quite out of it though. Both now even on life. Good throw to put Sakura in the corner. And then actually goes for the cross-up. Now chip territory and Gem looking... Okay, there we go. I actually liked Sakura there and looks like Chun actually took it. No Ultras coming in from either, so I guess no CPU really had a good opportunity to do anything on reaction. Alright, Gem needs 2 more to... Gem needs 2 more to win. I definitely want more games, so at least 1 more. It'd be nice to see. I guess it all depends on this roll. Who do we get? Oh, no. Man. So upsetting. That's Geef number 4? That's Geef 4. Yeah, that's 4 times. Again, another saving grace here is that he has Ultra 2. Ultra 1 for Honda. So this is max damage on the headbutt. This is also another run back. This has happened before where Honda went up against Geef. And Honda, during that tournament, was the only one, I think it was the first CPU bracket we ever had, where Honda was the only one to ever even get rounds outside of, like, Hugo. Or not rounds. He actually had a game off of Geef, I remember. All right, we do have a full Ultra. But, of course, we have Lariat. We have so many things. That's going to chip. Yeah, if you... Unless the only time where you could have won that is if you went for Ultra in the middle of, like, the Lariat string. Yeah, it looks like Danger Box might actually move forward. Honda is one of those characters that absolutely can make it work. I promise Honda is a good character. Okay, good reaction off the bun stop there. Okay, okay. So this is exactly what we need. Zangief to utilize his Ultra 2 but not hit it. This is the exact same thing that you need for Gem. Okay. Got a little too aggressive there, I think. All right, I think it's going to be the next hit is going to do it. Butt stop to try to get out of that situation. Lariat, and there it is. Lariat is going to do it. Danger Box going to sit in the grand finals for tonight's CPU tournament. Thank you, Geef. We love you. And by that, I mean, fuck off. I'm so tired. Gem, I love you, buddy, but you should have rolled better. You literally should have rolled better. And you had such a great character. Again, these characters going up against Geef are good characters to go up against, but the fact that Geef is just being picked at all in a random setting is just absolutely just unfortunate. But for the other player, you know? Like, well, not much we can do. Gem, still pretty good placing, 4th place. Shout out to Gem. Of course, Gem would be doing really well in the random situation for the CPU bracket. And the last set going into before Grand Finals is Inception and EMP Obama. Are we going to get EMP Obama versus Danger Box? For the memes, I sure hope so. And I want the last game to be his Geef mirror. If that happens, I'll donate $15 to the pot. It has to be the last game, by the way, and it has to be Obama and Danger Box. Okay, hey, finally, fucking Bison. We've only seen Bison once. That's Inception, and I think he had Ultra 1, so that's Nightmare Booster, very good. And Ultra 2 is Sonic Hurricane for Obama, and both of these are full Ultra. Dude, why is it every single Guile that's been on the CPU bracket so far, every single one has put the shades on? Every single one. Hey, I'm putting my hands up. I'm not against this. But the fact that we have this at all is just so funny. Like, it's great. I love it. Alright. We got the Stomp and Nightmare Booster. It actually blocks all of it. Good chip, though. Really crucial block from Obama. If he was not able to block that, I feel like that was Inception's game for sure. Jesus Christ! Jesus Christmas! Why is Dictator's fucking damage off of the EX Stomp? That was OD damage. Dude, he should have been at Pixel. Dog, what the fuck was that damage? Alright, well anyway. Here comes Bison. Yep, there goes another Stomp. More stomps. Alright, wow, we're actually seeing one thing that the CPUs never like to do is just do normals and block. We actually don't really see that often. The fact that it's 70 seconds and no one's gotten an Ultra yet is actually kind of astounding. Here we are. It sounded like Guile was trying to go for the anti-air throw. Oh, oh wow, really good for Inception. He used the Stomp to get out of that, so he wasn't able to take the hit. Ooh. Obama might actually take this. No! Inception actually crouches fierce into that situation. Or I think that's crouching strong. Yeah, that was actually looking really good. Obama was getting close to tying that up. From all that life deficit, too. Alright, well, Inception with one on the board. Wow. Okay. Well, we haven't seen these two characters all night, but these are also pretty much almost winners. Both of these characters got second place in their respective tournaments. Hugo with the first tournament against Geef, and Oni against Ken in the non-grappler characters. So kind of fitting that we get a rematch of this in some sort of way, shape, or form. On paper, I like Hugo, but Oni, again, being an oppressive Shoto character with the damage and the health. Also having a utility for Ultra 2. Ultra 2 being raw as well, and not being like shaken down for double Ultra is actually insane. And as I say that, Inception gonna take the first round. Alright, walking up with the rush punch. And honestly, the fireball game from Oni is also very good. Even though like the fireball is kind of like Dan's, where like at a certain point it'll just kind of fizzle out. It's a very fast and active fireball. And you can also, just like how you do with Akuma and Evil Ryu, you can get that charge fireball to get even more damage out of it. Alright, well, okay. Although the first part of the round did look super great. Now we have Hugo taking another round. Obama desperately kind of needs that. You don't want to be down in a situation 2-0. So this is a very much a crucial match for Obama. He needs this here. Wow, tries to go for the backbreaker, but a little bit too late to try to go a response. Also have to mention for Hugo, he has Megaton Press, so that's the anti-air Ultra. Will we actually see it here though? Alright, Tatsu, EX Tatsu in the corner, tries to rapid slash into the corner. Obama only needs one more wake up option. Oh, fuck. Okay, this is full Ultra, and Hyuga has a lot of health. Is he dead? Not quite. Next hit will do it. Full screen. Rapid Slash tries to chip. Oh, no, not for Obama. Unfortunately, tries to punish, and the chip damage was there, and he had 2 bars at the end, but not quite out of the tournament just yet. But Inception looking extremely comfortable with one more gonna take it to put him into grand finals.
Will you be the last warrior standing? South America. Cosmic Television.
Wow. Hey, there's Seahawk. All right. Obama desperately needs a character like this, but Inception now has Evil Ryu that can also go toe-to-toe. I don't recall what the ultras were.
Battle has begun.
Okay, unfortunate for Inception, he has Ultra 1. And a little unfortunate for T-Hawk, he has Ultra 2. Or Double Ultra, rather. At the same time, though, Evil Ryu has very bad health. So even if we have Double Ultra, as high damage as T-Hawk is, it could still be a difference maker. Okay. It does trade. I kind of like the fact that Evil Ryu backs off. But then went right back in anyway. I don't... Alright. Nice target combo. Okay. The walk-up Condor Spire to get past the full Ultra. Obama desperately needed that round. And what an answer to just get past that. That was actually really crucial. Spire. Honestly, pushing Evil Ryu into the corner. Wow, nice anti-air. Unfortunately, didn't get up. For some reason, that leaves you standing if you don't like get like the full fronting hit from the tomahawk. Nice standing roundhouse. Ooh, nice response to go into the SDP. Okay, this is definitely Obama's round for sure. He absolutely needed this. All right, Obama now getting one on the board. Not quite out of this just yet. He desperately needed like a character like T-Hawk to go up against him. Evil Ryu again, just kind of a good character, but you know, it's kind of was sold not having Ultra 2, but kind of sold himself for the fact that like you just kind of went into multiple teleports and went back into the situation every time. Seems like the CPU really just wants to get in every time. Okay, okay. Why are we now just getting the characters that we haven't seen all night? Just kind of mad random right here at the buzzer beater. I didn't check to see what ultras we had, but something tells me that Dan might actually take it. I will not lie to you. All right, Ultra 2 and Ultra 1 for Gen. Gen needs Ultra 1, absolutely. All right, Godoken, but of course jumping in with the uppercut and the response. Yeah, Inception looking really comfortable here. Oh, look like... Oh, yeah, no. This is match point. Yeah, we're going to go into match point for Inception for sure. Yeah, you're not going to get it perfect, and Dan will absolutely chip you out. Yeah. Inception is going to be going into fucking grand finals with Dan of all characters. And again, for some reason, Dan in a CPU setting really seems to get high stocks too. All right. Crumble, but unfortunately just didn't do anything to capitalize on it. All right, we definitely need more of those rolls. Try to get as much chip as we can. Wow, really weird that that the CPU just actually went for that. But now we have a full Ultra 1, good damage. 2 more guesses is gonna do it. All right, next hit's gonna do it. Dude, always with the dude, why is it always with Gen as responding with focus and focus every time? All right. Match point for Inception, but need to live through this round if you are Obama, but not when you eat 2 DPs in the corner just like that. Oh man. I think that his run is over. All right, saving grace. Can't really see how much damage it is, but it's still pretty decent. Tries to respond with the EX hands. Hands again. Both not landing anything. Somehow crossed up. Oh, he might actually be able to block this here. Yes, okay, very crucial for Obama. We really needed that block. All right, slowly but surely, we're chipping him out. Okay, good throw. Oh my god, but just the regular Tatsu is just gonna do it. That was kind of anticlimactic, I ain't gonna lie to you. I really wanted at least to be a 2-2 situation. But Inception, again with the Dan pick, is gonna be sitting in grand finals in the Random All Selection Championship Tournament. Well, Inception, I think, is gonna stay on second player side. Yeah, now that we bring this matchup forward, yeah. That's 3-1. Obama, good stuff to you. Thanks again for helping me run the offline CPU bracket at Combo. That was fun. But your grand finals is Danger Box and Inception. No matter what happens, we will be having a brand new winner for tonight's tournament. And now I'm going to push and show one more time. If anyone wants to do add anything to the Matcherino, you absolutely can. We still have some time if we want to get both of these players paid. Someone will be, whoops, that's Inception on both. Someone will be getting paid at least, whether it's first place or second. If we do get $50, second place will get paid at least. But either way, thank you guys for everyone that's tuned in so far. I will be going into last bit after this to just explain, like, you know, when we might have the next bracket and all that stuff. So stay tuned if you hadn't heard before. But yeah, crowning a new champion. We'll see. And again, when we go into the season finale for the Invitational for all the winners from this season, since whoever is basically going to be winning this one, they'll be sitting like as the random select edition. So basically, no matter who you're going to be playing, you're going to be playing as random select. So you just better hope that you get a good character every time too. So we just have to kind of keep the integrity of like how you were able to win into that bracket. But hey, who knows? You could be getting good characters. So okay, we haven't had this matchup yet. I don't think. I think that these players were on these characters are on other like matches. Now Ultra 1 for Vega, once again, not very good of an Ultra like when you have someone at the helm. But in a CPU setting, oh no, never mind, it's double Ultra. So no matter what, still not even gonna be able to that much damage. And Blanca still can keep him out, has good normals. Okay, well, decent chunk of change. Just a little bit even. Unfortunately, the focus was a little bit too high for the claw to actually hit Blanca. Alright, seems like the CPU is completely neglecting the fact that he has no claw. Alright, nice electricity to get out of that situation. Next hit is gonna do it. Do we actually jump into the Shout of Earth Ultra? Yes, we do. The counter hit. That was actually a little bit closer than I thought it would be too, yeah.
And the battle continues. Fight!
Yeah, I feel like we really desperately need the claw. If you lose the claw, and like obviously if you lose like the mask too, like that's not good. But you lose the claw, like that's really just beneficial for yourself. Like you have to have the normals, you have to have the range, you have to have the extra damage on top of that. In this situation, oh my god, he rolled past the Ultra 2. Good reaction to try to get out of that situation, and that worked out for Danger Box. But yeah, we lose the claw once again, and we're not going to be doing that much damage. And now we also lose the mask. Oh, but the roll from full screen. That was actually going to hit if he did anything else, but that EX, yeah, Rainbow Roll is just super good. All right. Oh, we should put this as grand finals, right? Yeah. So, all right. There you go. Whoops. All right. First round going into Danger Box. You know, it's fitting. The person that, you know, made sure to get out the player that took out my wife. I kind of want you to win. I'm not gonna lie. I kind of want this fitting. And oh my god, we had this match already. But now we have full Climax beat, and we also have full Ultra 2 for Dirty Bull. So, I mean, you know, whatever. Skip that. It's fine. We already had this match already. We kind of seen how it works. It can go down to the wire, but Balrog just does a little bit too much damage. But he is kind of like just now pinned down with having just Dirty Bull. So I guess we'll see. And his crouching fierce. Turnaround punch. No one home. And just like that, we're pretty much about even. But every single response that DJ has is really stopping a lot of Rog situations. And now without full-on Ultra 1, we just have Dirty Bull. We will get it here, but I don't know if we're close to stun. We are getting there. Maybe like 2 more hits after this. Oh, man, but the turnaround punch. And we were actually really close to chipping out on Balrog. Literally the next thing was going to chip out for sure. Now, yeah, when you charge up turnaround punch for that long, the CPU will absolutely be holding that button down. I want to see, like, at some point, maybe the CPU, like, go for turnaround punch 10. That damage is, like, fucking, like, 80%. I literally forget how much it is, but, yeah, that's, like, straight up, like, of single hits, that is the strongest single hit thing you can do in this game, is charging up turnaround punch. Alright, but as I talk about turnaround punch, we're about even on life once again. Both players have Ultra, but Danger Buck's now out of resources here for meter. But we're going to try to dash in, and Dirty Bull is only good on the first hit of reversal, but you're in the middle of, like, the 2-step kick, and that has not that much iframes, but you are out of situations just like that. Alright, tied it up. Players have a bar. How do we use it, though? Turnaround punch. No one home. Very nice. Okay. Oh, DJ's looking... Wow, this is really DJ's round. Oh, yeah. Every single time that we go for turnaround punch, it seems the CPU really wants to try to FADC to get something out of it. But that... Honestly, the worst focus attack probably does go to Balrog. Alright, again, I'm not sure how close we are to stun, but we back off, and we're actually a little bit low on the stamina now. But turnaround punch again went through of the Stingray. Fuck it, I'm forgetting the name of it. I'm fucking blanking. But Inception tying it up 1-1 now it becomes a 1-2 situation. And after that incredible performance in the second round from DJ, once again, I will want to advocate. I hope someone picks DJ in the next CPU bracket, because that dude is sick, but whatever. It's fine. Okay, hey, alright, you know what? This is, of the characters that we've seen a couple times, I did want to see another Ibuki at least. And a matchup like Vega and Ibuki is kind of interesting. It's all about whoever basically gets the hard knockdown. But these CPUs really like to go for more like neutral and buttons for both these characters. So... Looks like Ibuki actually heard me try to go for the next slash. Yep, okay, first knockdown, here we go. And the CPU backs off. Never mind. Alright, nice anti-air roundhouse. Slide once again, but now we're putting yourself into the corner. That's the one thing about the rolling into the next snap. It puts, like, it switches the side that you're on, except for when you go into the EX just like that, yeah. Oh, wow. Ultra 1 just completely missed, but you still get that ball and actually hit Vega. A little bit weird. I haven't seen that in a minute. I kind of forgot that existed. It's not like a utility thing, but it's just kind of there, like in case you miss like the first hit to get into the cinematic. That wasn't really that much damage though, but still, it worked out. Inception looking good first round. Oh, shit. Wow, the impressiveness coming in. Wow, Inception! Now already taking off the mask and the and claw. Wow, okay. Nice anti-air, I guess. All right, the comeback is definitely a potential here. And again, not picking up any of the claw or the mask. All right, we desperately needed that trade. And wow, off of the Face of Destruction, the amount of pressure that you got from Inception in that round and the complete turnaround without Ultra on top of that, man, Danger Box locking in. This is getting competitive. All right, focus and response though. Not quite getting the next snap there. And Vega's, the hits that Vega is hitting is just, every single one is hitting the mark. All right, was able to block that though. Both having Ultra 1. All right, Ibuki now available. Oh, that's gonna reach actually. Danger Box 2-1 off of the Ultra 1 in reaction in the jump in. Goodness, I was about to say like Inception really needed that full Ultra in order to make it close. But no, the jump in and the full Ultra 1 to respond. Yeah, Danger Box looking really good, only needing one more to win. Maybe that Expedition 33 is going to be in the Steam library sooner than he thinks. Oh no. Dude, this is the most coin flip. We haven't seen El Fuerte since like this first CPU bracket. I don't even remember if this character's good, but we know that Jury's bad. So we have no idea. The benefit that we also have as Jury, she does have Feng Shui. So dude, what the fuck? It's been 10 seconds and Fuerte's dead. What happened? Dude, is this the one Jury matchup that works in a CPU bracket is fucking El Fuerte? What the fuck? Yo, dog. This would actually be really funny. This would be... I still don't know if El Fuerte is a good character or not. That literally could have been just a fluke. But no, this is looking free. Dude, this is looking Chicago free. All right, nice. I forget the fucking chimichangas. Quesadilla bomb. There you go. That's what it is. Okay, Feng Shui is now in effect. Also, Ultra 1, too. Not that great of an Ultra for a Fuerte. You kind of need to have them standing. No, he missed! Oh, that was going to be so clean! And Inception is going to take it. All that Ultra 1. I'm telling you, if it was Ultra 2, we would have at least had at least another round to play with. But Danger Box, basically redeeming my wife, taking out Static Alpha, is now your random select champion for tonight. Good stuff to Danger Box. Inception put up a good fight. Unfortunately, now we see that El Fuerte is hot garbo dog water. Don't pick El Fuerte, especially when you have Jury in the bracket, I guess. That really was kind of free, I'm not gonna lie. As like last round it went in the previous game, to make it like that to be kind of free is a little deflating. But still funny enough, we basically got every single character in the random select at the last second. So I'm fine with that. We at least got everybody once, I think. Only one that we didn't get, I think, was Sagat. Sagat being a difference maker character and him not being picked at all is kind of OD. And the most highest picked character was probably Guy. Guy and like Rose, Ken, Geef had 4, so Jesus, the fact that he got 4, I thought we were only gonna get 1 or 2. Yeah, really unfortunate. And Hugo also being 1, another really high stonks character as well. But still, regardless, thanks everybody for tuning in for this random all bracket. I will say that I'm not sure if we will have. I'm gonna try to make that decision maybe by tomorrow to see if we'll have the next CPU bracket in June. I really don't have that much time in this month because of what I'm doing for like a potential new position, but I've really been trying to focus and lock in for that. So you might not see me for like the entirety of June. Like, I don't know. I might just throw it out there, but it's still work to like kind of make sure that everyone's in the bracket and stuff. I don't know if I necessarily have that time, but if we are going to have the next bracket in June, it will be the last weekend of June on probably the 28th or 29th. If not, you will see it in July. because I know I'll have pretty much after like the June is over, I'll have more time to get that going, I guess. Um, I will at least have it within June or July. We are now more than halfway through of the season brackets for the season finale, I guess. So we literally only need 3 more tournaments in order to crown new champions to then get into the invitationals for the final bracket for the season. So that will be something that will happen hopefully at the end of the year. I don't know. We'll just try to keep it going, but I'll keep you guys updated as we keep on going with the rest of the month. If you don't hear anything from me within the next 2 days, then just assume that the next bracket will be in July. As far as the YouTube stuff, that's going to do it for here. Once again, shout outs to Dangerbox for first place, second place going to Inception, and runner ups, of course. Pretty much even outside of that, like everyone even tuning in just to even have fun and just watch. Still a lot of fun. Well Just Gem in fourth place, tying up with EMP Obama, was your top 4. And yeah, Dangerbox, I will hit you up on Discord a little bit later to let you know when to join in for the Matcherino to get your Matcherino bucks. I am still not super good at it, so it may take me a second, but I'll let you know when it's ready. And at least for the YouTube channel, thanks again, guys, for watching. And I will see you guys in the next CPU bracket or whatever video I come up next. Hopefully, I'll see you guys pretty soon. I will see you guys in the next one.